They said Adrian Brown. Oh shit! But they said Adrian Brown cursed out Jim Gray.
I just watched that.
I didn't watch it.
There's something wrong with that nigga, dog.
They said he cursed him out.
Like I don't even.
From the
hood. Is that the nigga who interviewed him after the match you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just got done watching that like a few minutes ago. That nigga was.
Oh, we live.
Yeah, we live. I mean, fuck it. Let's start with some music.
Damn. Rock that boy.
The only thing we can really leave behind is culture, is music, you know, and dignity and determination.
Yeah. Goddamn, so hey, PJ on standby, still on the landline. Put a light to the wood and burn up like a campfire. Right in the park, fuck the police, lay them down like carpet. Carpe diem, ain't nobody give a shit when we started. Being honest, hard and early led to disappointment. Seen plenty niggas fall short, like Earl Boykins. Getting to the money early, like Tom Jordan. I'm just trying to keep focused. Fuck hope, I gotta get it, bitch, I hope you notice. Take notes, I need the S-class, not the
gods are watching.
Ain't no other option, know it. Knowing that my nigga died, feeling so heroic. Zen still in my hand, I don't know why I do it. But shit, something gotta shake, don't
Shout out to Super Kane.
Somebody gotta hold this fucking weight, don't they? Damn right. At the top, it get lonely.
Super
That's
Kane.
what my mama told me, so
Skinny, light-skinned niggas winning.
Fighting the battle that we got to fight. You know what I'm saying? If niggas
That's Izzy cousin.
Shit, it can be an all nigga thing, but if niggas don't.
Izzy cousin? Who that?
Yeah, that's my nigga Izzy.
Oh, the nigga you work with?
Yeah, dark skin nigga.
Oh, okay, yeah. I met Super Kane a few times. I was supposed to work with him. I'm still try to get that nigga through here one good time. Speaking of light-skinned niggas.
Make my peace. I got weed. Christmas tree.
That nigga Young Rock.
Yeah. What you need? We gotta smoke and drive. Take my lead. So take my keys.
I don't know what he's signed to.
To the beat.
I know he be fucking with
Don't
Royce.
you get no weed crumbs on my seat. Answer calls from your phone around me. On your line, trying to stun around me. I took a drive tonight. Hop on the lodge. I'm doing 9 to 5, risking my life. We take a ride tonight, the feeling too nice. I got a vibe. I'm on these drugs, I can't lie.
The gods are watching.
Alive for the rest of the night.
Hey.
Everyone survive off the vibes I supply.
Hey.
I was never shy, everybody know I'm high. Ay, I've been seeing double, I've been off a car.
Never heard this song in my life until like 20 minutes ago.
Survive off the vibes I supply. I was never shy, everybody know I'm high.
I like this little
I've been
vibe.
seeing double, I've been off a cup, be my
I like that little vibe right there, like that.
Me too.
pocket,
Me too. That's
like,
what all his shit sound like though.
yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, he fuck with Royce. I don't really know their situation. Like I don't think he signed to Royce because I don't know if Royce even got a label. But
He's from here, right?
yeah,
Okay.
he might be from the east side, but I know he been rolling with Royce, and so has Travis Chandler. I guess he just decided to take some young niggas from the city under his wing and shit. So that's how I picked up on him. I don't really know too much else about him, but all his music pretty much sound like that. Like he got some good ass music. I don't know nobody from the city that sound like this nigga, but
like vibey,
yeah, it's vibey as fuck. That's what my nigga do.
not too lyrical.
Nope.
Not
I don't
too
even know
lyrical.
his background. Like I don't think he ever rapped. First thing I ever heard from him was some song called "Anything Is Possible." I think. But anyway, man, the guys are watching episode 9. Man, we here after too many motherfucking hiatuses. We switched it up. I have a different co-host today. I don't really know what the fuck we doing from this point forward, but it really doesn't matter to me as long as niggas is bringing you good content on a weekly basis and not once a motherfucking month like niggas been doing and taking 2-3 months off and shit, bro. Shit been hectic. I can't say it hasn't been, but still, regardless.
Got to keep that momentum going.
Yes, sir. That's why we here, my nigga. That's why you here. Shout out to E. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to my nigga Mercy, who was on his way, I'm guessing. Now we're here. What was we talking about? We was talking about Adrian Broner. Did you find that clip?
I did not find the clip. But let me introduce myself.
Oh, yeah, introduce yourself, my nigga. Who are you? What are you? What do you do?
Hello. What up? My name is Joe. The notorious J-O-E. Skinny nigga always stayed slimmer. Man, we just out here trying to enjoy life, man, and talk about the things that interest us and talk about the things that we see going on that affect us and people around us. So guess that's what we gonna do today. While we waiting for the boy Mercy to pull up.
Hell yeah, my bad. I'm over here texting him now. I didn't even hear shit you said. Did you say anything you do? What you do, my nigga?
Motherfucker wasn't listening at all.
Cause he was just trying to video chat me, but my phone tripped.
Nah, but yeah, I'm a producer. Man, I've been fucking making beats since I was like 14, 13, I don't know.
Probably before that.
Yeah.
Like 2001. Yeah, we was probably like 13, yeah.
Yeah, it was young as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, man, it's just, you know.
Shit, I'll and kind of build upon your intro. So what I ended up coming to did you start going to Duffield at third grade too?
Yeah.
You was at Bunch.
Yeah.
So we literally went to the school at the same time.
Literally.
Yeah. So we both went to the same school at third grade, Duffield. I don't think it's even called that shit no more. It's called Bunch now, bro. It's not called Duffield no more.
I think it's Whitney Young. I think they just made it all Whitney Young.
No, that's what it was before, but it's called Bunch now. It's called Ralph Bunch now. You didn't know that?
So what happened to Bunch?
They closed it.
You know what? I think I did know that. But you know what? The crazy thing is sometimes I do drive around that area. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't really went over there. Like, I ain't went over to Bunch and checked it out.
I don't even know where Bunch was.
Dog, Bunch was like on I think it was on was it Arndt? It's like on Arndt Street right off Verner.
Oh, so it wasn't far.
It wasn't far. That's why I didn't even understand why
you moved.
Yeah.
Probably just because your mom's heard that Duffield, because like I've always kind of heard that it was a good school.
Really?
Which is kind of what we was talking about last time. I was like, I don't really know if it was a good school or not because I couldn't really tell. But I told you the story, and I'll tell that story in a second about when I couldn't read and shit when I got there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let me finish what I was saying though. We both got to the school in third grade. We ended up meeting each other in third grade, but we didn't really fuck with each other in third grade. Mm-hmm. In fourth grade is when shit popped off. I remember in third grade, he used to come in the lunchroom. I used to see you every now and then, like you would be just walking around that motherfucker, just table hopping or whatever.
Looking lonely as hell.
Like
trying to scout for friends in this motherfucker, man.
But I didn't see it that way. I just thought you was just a silly nigga walking around. And you said something to me then. And fourth grade is when shit popped off. I don't really even know how, but that's when niggas became friends. Me, you, and Myra.
Right. That's man, the crazy thing is like now niggas up here 30.
I
used to remember. I used to remember, but I don't really remember. Like I remember seeing you and shit because you used to had a class down there at the hall. At the end of the hall, you used to have like this brown book bag or some shit. That bitch was old as hell.
I don't know.
I don't know where you got that. I don't know where you had this bitch. I don't know where you got it from. But I remember seeing this shit. This is like before we even really like ever said anything to each other. But I think fourth grade is like when niggas start going to the Coleman. That's when I started going to the Coleman. I wasn't going in third grade, but I wasn't fucking with nobody. I was just always up under my cousin. Now, okay, you know what? Yeah, because I remember I had got into a fight with this nigga named Steven. And I ain't know nobody.
The Steven I know?
This nigga name was, he was a year under us.
Oh.
But he was like in the third grade. We was in the fourth and shit. He was like a little loud mouth, big head, badass, ugly little boy. And this nigga was trying to impress girls and shit. But anyway, we was in there fighting. you know, in the room with all the mirrors and shit. And then I remember like the next day when I was
Yeah, you
walking.
talking about in the fuck is it called?
What was it called?
Damn, I can't remember the name of the motherfucking room. You talking about the big room where they used to do aerobics
Kids
and
or some shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that. And I remember walking to the Coleman from school the next day, and it was kind of like a group of us, but really I was just kind of just walking because it was like I wasn't really like talking. It was just I was just kind of like walking near a group and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the girls was like, "Joseph, why you beat that boy up yesterday?" And I remember thinking to myself, and I told her, I was like, he kept messing with me. But I was just bringing it up to say, like, I remember walking. I didn't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was early in the semester and shit. But eventually, I think you introduced me to Myron.
Did I? Oh, probably so, because me and him had a class together.
Yeah.
We had that same class in 4th grade. Shit, I think that was the only class we had together. Now that I think about it.
You and Myron.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Myron. I don't know where that nigga at. That nigga just disappeared after high school on some sci-fi channel shit. Like, for real, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Yeah, man. Niggas, man, just shout out to growing up. Like, niggas grow up and grow apart, man, but it's still love there. Like, I had the chance to go down to Dallas because that's where I think first I went to some other part in Texas, but eventually ended up in Dallas or some shit like that. So I ended up linking up with him when I had went, but that was like 2 years ago. And like before that, and hadn't seen him since like 2006.
Sheesh.
Like shit was wild because I remember, because I hadn't heard from him since like 2011. And I remember you was like, yeah, I ain't heard that since, you know what I'm saying? I ain't heard it.
I don't even know if it was 2011. It probably was before that.
Right. And then you remember, God bless the dead, but when, you know, Trey passed away,
yeah,
that's when I ended up being able to get in contact with him again. And then like later that year or next year or something like that, I ended up going to Dallas and linking up and shit. And we kicked it, man. We went down. We was down in like Deep Ellum, you know, just drinks and shit, kicking the shit, reminiscing, man. That shit was dope.
Man, yeah, I ain't seen that nigga in I don't know how long, bro. Cause I didn't even go to y'all high school, so shit. I ain't seen that nigga since 8th grade, literally.
Yeah.
So it's literally been like 16 years since I seen this nigga. But yeah, man, it's a lot of history in this motherfucking room. A lot of the mutual friends we got. Shit, shout out to my nigga Kesey F Baby. My nigga Marquise.
My nigga, dog, that was my nigga.
Shout out to I don't know anybody fucking Myron. Shout out to all you niggas. Shout out to
I was pissed off when my
rest in peace, my nigga
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yeah, rest in peace, my nigga Ashley, dog. Man, that shit was fucked up, dog. My nigga Marquise had went down to Cali and shit. And never came back.
Yeah.
Nigga was like, yeah, I'll be back. And never, nigga, I was mad as hell. Like, nigga, because he was one of the homies. Like,
yeah,
he was one
sure.
of the, he was, you know, I mean, y'all niggas was more to the anime and shit, but.
That nigga didn't even remember me, though. And it's funny because, like, I finally remember him, but most niggas don't remember me. I just didn't make an impression on niggas and shit. I was quiet and shit. But I remember in 4th grade, me, him, and Myron was always either hanging out or in class fucking around with each other and shit, cause I don't know, we ain't really vibe with too many other people in that class. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody. Rest in peace, my nigga Tremaine. We had the same birthday. Did you remember that? I did. Hell yeah, me, him, and shout out to my nigga Dion. He also has our birthday. A lot of our classmates and niggas is passed and gone, bro.
Man, it's crazy how like I just remember my brother, you know what I'm saying, being 6 years older than me. You know, obviously, so he's seeing shit 6 years ahead, and he like, you know, he would be saying like, damn, like niggas was passing away young. And I remember being like fucking 15 and shit and thinking like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is near. Like, you just never know when some shit could happen, man. It could be the violence, it could just be the health, it could be a lot of shit going on, like suicides and shit. Like,
bro, do you remember that? My man, I don't even know if any of us knew this kid, but it was probably in like 7th grade.
Oh, he was older than us.
He was older than us, and he killed himself.
I think we was in the 6th.
He had his homeroom was some math class on the first floor. And he ended up killing himself, bro. But I don't know. That shit was crazy. Like, we seen a lot of motherfucking death. And that's why a lot of death, like a lot of our friends was dying at 14 and shit. Like,
real.
But you look back then and it seemed like we was young. Like you just said, like it just kind of just, like you never really know. And then you look back and like, God damn, like we was 14 and niggas was dying, bro. Man. Or 17, like niggas wasn't even barely out of high school yet and niggas was dropping like flies. Like I said, rest in peace, my nigga Tremaine. He just passed. What was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah,
about
that
2
shit
years.
Was, man, it's scary. It's like you ever just like sometimes it feels weird when I think about like the last time I saw somebody before they passed away.
Right.
And it's like I just remember. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody knew he had the tree. You know what I'm saying? He was the hood weed man, whatever.
Right.
And like, I just remember the last time I seen him and shit, like, you know, I'm just like, what up, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You good? And he just like, yeah, but it was just like, I don't know. It just was like this.
Like a feeling you got.
Yeah, it was like, cause usually like Trey, you know, he high energy, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like when he talk, it's like, I don't know, man. It just didn't seem like him.
Right. I hadn't seen him either. So I only dealings I had with my nigga Trey was on Facebook at this point. Cause like you the only nigga from school that I really kept in touch with for real. So I used to kind of like just talk to him on the internet every now and then. I always seen him posting pictures of big ass jars of fucking pounds of weed and shit. And I'm just like, I always was looking at that like, damn, that's kind of hot. Like that's some hot shit. Like, cause especially knowing where he be at. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And he talking about big ass giant like mason jars full of weed. Like niggas are killed for that. I mean, that's not ultimately what ended up doing him in, but I just remember seeing that a lot. You know, not to judge him or anything, but I'm just saying, that was like the only thing that I remember seeing this shit.
He had the crud.
All of it.
When he had the crud, he had the crud. But listen though, and what else is crazy is like, man, and it's like, okay. So I remember linking up with him this one time and shit. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause like we said, we talking about people that, you know what I'm saying, we've known since we was like 8.
Right.
So, you know, even before all that, before all the weed, nigga, I knew you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not like I'm only, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
because of that.
I know you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can kick the shit.
Right.
And I remember talking to him like, bro, I'm like, man, them niggas like, something like, you trust them niggas around you? Like, I remember asking him that. And he was like, man, them little niggas, don't worry about them. Like, man, I got them. I'm like, all right, man. But I'm like, you know, it's just, but see, I'm not that type of nigga though. So I don't really deal with, I guess, niggas that just be in the hood. Like, I don't really post up with niggas that,
me either.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas just in a trap, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't judging niggas who do. That's just, you comfortable around that. I'm not completely comfortable around those type of environments.
Me either.
So I'm asking him like, damn, you comfortable with that shit? Like, he just like, you know, like, but then when you find out at the end of the day, like, it ultimately was one of his friends.
Hell yeah.
Did the shit. One of the younger niggas that did the shit.
That's right.
You know, one of the niggas that he, you know what I'm saying, that he looking at like, nah, I know how to feed these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I know how to, and you think that it's all love, or you think that, and it's really not.
Right.
But God, that shit just scary, man.
Yes, it is. Because that's something, he always been that type of person who hung with them type, and that's a quality that I always kind of wish that I did possess, but I don't. I just don't trust niggas like, and it's not because of judgment, but it's based on experiences that I've had, so you can't really tell me shit like, right. I've seen enough to be able to decide like, nah, I don't think I want to put myself in that, because 9 times out of 10, like, it don't be turning out. It be turning out right, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of shit. I seen a lot of niggas die. I seen a lot of niggas get betrayed. I mean, we talking about in front of my eyes. I'm not talking about through hearsay. So, you know, I always been like a real skeptical type of, I don't trust a niggas type of person. Like, so, but yeah, like, you know, it's still a quality to like to be able to be amongst your people. Like, there's something to that.
Right.
Even righteous men, like even the leaders that you look up to, like a lot of them have the ability to blend into those environments. You look at Malcolm X, like you look at somebody like Malcolm X. We don't even have to go back that far. Even if you look at somebody like Tookie Williams or anybody, all those
Jay-Z.
leaders, yeah, Jay-Z, niggas that come up and they're natural born leaders. They know how to blend into them crowds, even if they don't belong. Like you ever seen that video of Jay-Z when he was with all them niggas and they was just wilding and he just had this look on his face like,
yeah,
what am I doing here?
Yeah.
But that's what it takes. It's almost like you got to dwell with them wolves and shit to be able to come up out of that and lead the wolves. Like,
right.
It's really something, but that's not a quality that I really possess. Like, and I was just talking to you about that before too. Like,
but you know what? It's because it's on different levels though, because it's like, yeah, niggas not finna go post up and hang out with niggas, you know what I'm saying, that's shooting dice, or it's like we just in a trap just chilling.
Right.
But, you know, at the same time, with you being an engineer, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
you gotta
right.
record these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You can, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can have a business relationship with motherfuckers like that, but I don't think that if you're uncomfortable with that type of environment, you ain't gotta go sit in that motherfucker just to feel like
right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it is always cool though. That's what I used to tell him, like, man, like, cause you know he used to cook. I'm like, nigga, why don't you know what I'm saying? Hook up some, like, dog, you know niggas gonna buy some shit from you, bro. Like, I'm like, nigga, you have niggas at the plant, niggas around the way.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, niggas be chefing up some shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Because he used to be posting that too.
Yeah.
A lot of times. But I definitely saw more weed pictures. You know what I'm saying? That nigga loved his weed and shit, man. Recipes on a tray.
Yeah, man. But yeah, overall, that the quality of like blending in with like multiple surroundings, almost being a chameleon.
Yes.
That shit is sweet.
It is. I seen niggas be snakes and be able to, they just be lying about who they are. But that's not what I'm talking about. Like, niggas be coming around different circles and then transforming into something else because they don't.
Yeah.
Because them niggas is snakes. But that's not what we talking about. More like you said, like a Jay-Z. Like a Jay-Z, we saw the nigga be able to be in a corner office and also be on the fucking corner.
Right.
Like.
A nigga who was aware of himself, but also aware of his surroundings.
Yep.
I'm selling crack because I got to do this shit.
Yep.
It might could be a different way in this music. Let me try this.
Yep.
Oh, it is?
And he did it.
He did it.
He did that shit better than anybody.
But that's exactly how what we talking about. How you can be in one world that's completely dark and turn around and be in a whole nother world and still be able to be yourself and look yourself in the mirror.
Exactly.
Look yourself in the mirror.
Hey,
dog.
shout out to Trick. He just put up this video the other day that got me thinking before. He was like in the camera, he was like, if you can't look in the mirror, he was like, without no glasses on and look yourself in the eye, then there's something wrong with you and it's internal and you need to figure that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And as simple as that is, it was like, I was thinking like, I wonder, can niggas really look at themselves in the mirror? Like, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas doing bad shit, niggas doing real wild shit. Can you look in the mirror, bro?
You think motherfuckers is taking time to look in the mirror? look at their eyes?
I do it every morning.
I mean, niggas is looking at their clothes.
I do.
You feel me?
I do it every morning though, and it's something that I only do subconsciously. But to me, it was like confirmation. Like when Trick said that, not like Trick is Jesus or something, but it was like when he said it, it was just like damn, that is important to be able to look at yourself in the eye and be satisfied with who you are from day to day. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and satisfied with the decisions that you run with.
Exactly.
You know?
I do it every morning. It's like a part of my little ritual. When I wake up in the morning, I go and take me a leak, And usually I'm all in that mirror. Only, not just literally staring at myself. I'm examining my face and shit. But a part of that, I check my eyes out and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just my ritual.
Man, ask any girl that I kick it with, for real. They be like, nigga, you love the mirror. You know what I'm saying? I gotta look myself in the mirror. I gotta look. That's the only way you can look into your soul.
That's right.
That's the only way you can do it.
That's
How
right.
do you not want to look at yourself? And it's like sometimes it do get hard when you do shit that's,
absolutely,
like, damn,
dog.
you be like, damn, did I cross a boundary over here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Damn, like, I probably said I wouldn't have did that 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, as long as you able to just, like you said.
But a part of that, like, even if you do some shit, like, a part of that is being able to eat your truth. Like, you got to take that. Even if it was wrong, nigga, still look yourself in the eye and be like, okay, I accept that mistake. And this is what I'm going to do from this point forth. But if you can't look yourself in the eye, then that's a sign of weakness. It's something, you're doing something wrong. I don't know what, but.
You know what? And that's funny, dog, because that kind of remind me of the topic that I hear a lot of people talking about now with just toxic masculinity, right?
I hate that term so much, bro.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems so blanket and so, just like everything else, and everything's so sensationalized. But go ahead.
That's true. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of that shit is like, they talking about niggas not being able to own up to shit that they do. Like,
that's a better way to look at it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a motherfucker feeling entitled, you know what I'm saying? Or you like, you know how it is. Like, a nigga cheat on his girl all the time.
Right.
But if the girl cheat on him, he ready to kill her.
That's right.
Or he done.
That's right.
So it's like, it's a double standard.
It is. That's right. And that's something that's a better way to put it. But a lot of times what I be seeing toxic masculinity is a man just being a man. Like, I understand what you're saying, because those are like, those are wrongs. But a lot of times people be like, toxic masculinity is, I don't know, like a nigga wanting to be a leader of his household and shit. Like, it's not really toxic. Like, it's just different paradigms for different couples and shit. Toxic masculinity is exactly what you just said, though. It's almost like a double standard that you want to live by because you're a man, or
but that's how nigga. But see, my thing is like, that's just how it is in the world,
right?
Like, in a way, like that's how it was molded. Like they said, like like how. Men, we might not want to be emotional in front of our girl.
Right.
You might not want to let them tears flow.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's almost like fragility. It's like being fragile versus toxic masculinity. I prefer that term because it's almost like you're too afraid to be a person, my nigga. Like, you don't want to be sensitive, or a woman hurt your feelings and now you want to beat her and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways. There's more tact you can use other than putting your hands on somebody and all that.
But see, that goes into like being masculine,
that's
overpowering
right.
something.
That's right. So I get it. But a lot of times, like you said, like I said, it's just all these terms being thrown around.
I know, man. It's like, it's real, like, just like when I watch some girls talk about that shit, like I watched this podcast called The Grapevine, and like, it's like a panel of like 20 motherfuckers and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different opinions and shit, a lot of different personalities in the room. You know? But it's like some girls you can just tell when they talk, it's like, you've been hurt.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think like everything is like toxic masculinity issues and shit with men. And some women on the panel you can tell are really speaking from a place of, what can I say? What's the word? Objectiveness, where it's like they are
being logical about whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. I understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, I do think it exists, man. And I do think it's prevalent because we do have a lot of households without the men raising their kids because of what? Either dead or in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with no pops in a household. So I already know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to deal with shit differently than a nigga who probably was raised by a solid ass father in his house. Like, it's only so much, it's only so much masculinity that the, you know, feminine woman
can put in you.
Exactly.
And a lot of times it's almost like a woman, you know, no disrespect to women raising boys, but a lot of times when they try to teach their sons to be men, because women don't know how to be men, they sort of overcompensate, and it's like hyper masculinity. Like, women usually push their sons to be super, super tough and like, you better go back out there and fight him and all that type of shit, because that's what they think being a man is.
Right.
A lot of times it is, but a lot of times it's like misdirected or like misguided, or, you know, like I said, it's just like overly done. But, you know, but like you said, it's because niggas ain't or wasn't there. You know, I think our generation, we're gonna see it more and more as the years go on. Firstly, I think our generation ain't really having as many kids as previous generations did, at least not as early. They're not. And then I think our generation is we're probably more present in the household with our kids than the previous generations were, because of what we've seen over the last 40 years, you know what I'm saying? But so hopefully things will turn around. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think like what's going on with, like, again, like Jay-Z is always a good example, because, you know, of trying to, you know, like how towards the end of his career he stopped trying to promote like that gangster rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It started to just been more to like money rap. You feel what I'm saying? And like, then you see him like get married, and you see him like start a family, and like it's about having businesses, and it's about just vibing. And then you start to see like that culture grows a little bit more with like, even like how Gucci has made the transformation. It's like, it's not all about killing rap. It's about money. It's about living good. I'm married. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I'm living this life. Like, it's about go get you build you a family and be there and shit.
Like, I'm still gonna talk that talk, but it's like in a different form now. Yeah, niggas married. Yeah, that's right. That's true. And that's what we all need to be on, young and old.
True.
Shit, don't wait till you grow up. Be on that shit now. Just pay attention to what these older niggas telling you. But we don't. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got to go and bump your head.
Oh, that's true.
Like, I could tell you, like, yeah, bro, if you go around the corner over there, they gonna take your tires, dog. They gonna snatch them bitches right off the car while you driving. You know what I'm saying?
And you gonna go find out.
And you like, well, if I hit the left, that's a one-way, so I'm gonna just go right. Nah, nigga, just hit the left. Fuck it, you go right. Snatch your shit off while you driving. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're going to be in situations, dog, where it's like you can either, take heed to advice, you know what I'm saying? Or you can just decide to live the experience for yourself.
Yep. I never been the type of person that had to bump my head, because I was always, nigga tell me something, I'm like, yup, I believe you. Right. I don't know. And plus I'm gullible as hell, so I'd be so you could take gullible and turn it into like, I basically soak up what a motherfucker's telling me like all the time. So a motherfucker tell me some shit, I'm like, all right, shit, I believe you. Right. I don't want to, I ain't got to figure it out on my own and shit.
I feel you know.
That's just how I am. Scary and timid and shit. Like, fuck it, you tell me something fucked up, I believe you. But yeah, man, you was talking about Adrian Broner, bro. We gotta find this motherfucking clip right quick.
Dog, what the fuck happened? Dog? I just seen a clip when this nigga Pacquiao parrying his jab.
What the fuck?
Then counter his hook with a left hook. Rock this shit. I'm like, fuck.
Damn, is this it right here? This is it.
Manny, congratulations.
That's what I.
That's Manny.
On the
BBC and
Floyd.
For coming here and
what did you think about the fight?
For you.
Manny, thank you.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you next time. Adrian?
Yeah, bring your motherfucking ass over here. I got a lot to say.
We're going to conduct this professionally, or we're not going to have an interview.
I do
You
not
make
like
the
this
decision.
nigga.
What did you think about the fight?
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. I controlled the fight. He was missing. I hit him clean more times. I beat him.
You averaged 8 punches. Less than 8 punches was the most punches that you had in the round, and it seemed as though you couldn't get close enough.
It already sounded like you was against me. So I already ain't got a fair shake talking to you. But let me talk something. Let me let y'all know. I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy. Y'all know I beat that boy. What they trying to do is they trying to get that money again with Pacquiao and Floyd. But it's cool. I ain't worrying about it. I'm still that nigga, man. I'm on top. Cincinnati, stand up. West Side, 2-5.
No,
You're
bro.
3-1 in your last 7 fights. What will you do next?
Hey, I'm 3-1 my last 7, but I'll be 7-0 against you.
Well, that wouldn't mean much. That's the end of this interview. Good luck to you in the future.
Fuck out of here. Like, I don't know how niggas feel about that type of shit. Like, okay, so I'd say this. When I saw him at the pre-fight, like before the fight press conference, I don't know if it was the weigh-in, but whatever, when he was cussing some other white man came up and he was like, I don't fuck with you. I don't even want to answer your question and shit. I was like, that's funny, and I understand it because it's almost like, fuck these white men. Right. Like, and just say whatever you want to say. I appreciate the fact that he can say whatever he want to say. Right. But why is you cussing this nigga out because you lost? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
he didn't even officiate or judge the fight.
For one, I mean, it's just entertainment.
Man, I hope so.
Come on, man. He know what he doing.
Do he?
Yes. He knows what he's doing. He's always doing some controversial shit. He not going. Come on, man. It's all for theatrics.
I don't know, but threatening this white man, you talking about you gonna be 7-7 against him? Like, duh, nigga. I don't know. It just seemed kind of unnecessary. My man was just asking questions, bro. I mean, do they have some sort of history that I don't know about or something? Or maybe this nigga's really a whole ass, like the white dude, some sort of like snake ass nigga, like, or something that I don't know about.
I don't know, man.
He was like, you already against me.
Adrian Bronner is a trip. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
though. He's a trip. So it's like, I just feel like it's all for entertainment. Like when I go back and watch like clips of Tyson and shit, like that shit was all for theatrics, dog.
Right.
Like, yeah, he was crazy, but he understood that he had to go up there and sell a fight. You watch Muhammad Ali shit. Muhammad Ali doing all type of talk shows, rhyming and shit.
Good point.
Talking about he gonna beat. You know what I'm saying? It's all theatric.
Hey, that nigga was low key, like high key, like the first rapper.
Dog, the first, bruh. Getting up there rhyming about how he finna whoop niggas, dog.
That's right. That's right.
And it's like, then he go up there and do it.
My only thing is, I don't think this nigga Adrian Broner is smart enough to just be like, I'm just doing this for entertainment. I think this is really how this nigga feel, coming from Cincinnati with no motherfucking home training and shit. Just talking.
I mean, yeah, he gonna talk, bro. I mean, he gonna talk his shit. Why not?
Nigga talking crazy. Nigga snatching his buffs on the internet. You seen that?
Yeah, I seen that shit, dog. I seen T Grizzly post that shit.
I saw Vezo post it. Them niggas was like, let me get them buffs up off you till you ready and shit.
That shit, bro. Or maybe it was Vezo, dog. One of them niggas, but shit, dog. But I mean, hey, you know, it's the game. I didn't see the fight. I didn't see the highlights. I saw a lot of people saying that. I saw a lot of people saying that he got his ass beat.
To be honest, man, I'm so fucking lame. I didn't even know the fight was yesterday. I was looking forward to it, but I didn't know it was that soon. I honestly thought it was like next month or something. But yeah, man, I gotta watch them highlights. I already said that Pac was gonna win anyway. Like, man. I said that a month ago, and I was right. But they won by decision, so I don't know.
I never really watched Adrian Broner fights, though, to be fair.
Me either.
But when I have watched like some of his highlights and shit, like he's pretty quick and strong.
I don't even think I've ever seen that his highlights. Maybe once.
It's just nigga just done got caught slipping a few times, and he done lost on a couple decisions.
His record looked horrible. When I was looking at it, he's won 36 fights, and I don't know, he had quite a few losses. I don't know why.
Got like losses or something.
Yeah, or it was like 3 losses and a tie or something. But anyway, like I don't know how he think he about to get into the ring with my nigga Floyd, because it's almost like they probably should fight, but I don't think Floyd will, because it's almost like based on your record and what you've been doing over the last few years or whatever. Like I don't even have to fight you.
That's the thing.
And you know Floyd is a pick and chooser and shit.
Exactly, and it's like Adrian Broner know that'll be his payday.
Exactly.
So it's like, so he probably looking at it as like, these fights y'all talking about I lost, I won them. You know what I'm saying? Like I should be next in line to fight Floyd. So that's probably why his whole attitude is kind of like, fuck y'all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Sense. You already against me.
That makes sense.
You coming up, what's the question you finna ask me?
Right, that nigga trying to get some money.
We ain't answering your question.
So now I was packing Floyd in a few months, like 2 months. Or is it April or something?
Wait, Pacquiao and Floyd too?
Yeah, they fighting again, yeah. I don't even know. People was like, why is he even like...
Nigga, cause he gonna get paid.
That's right. But people was like, is this nigga broke? And he's like doing cash grabs here and there to re-up? Because he's supposed to be worth a whole lot of money, but it almost seemed like he was like, I retired. He said I retired after the 50th win. Was that against Pac or was it before Pac? Because he was 50-0. It was all, I think he said he retired, like I ain't fighting no more. But he keep coming back and fighting. It's almost like, do you really want the money that bad? Because you already supposed to be worth like $600 million.
Bruh, listen, dog.
It's not enough money.
Bro, why would it be enough? Why, like, but I mean, because you just got to think about the amount of work that he got to do to get it.
Right.
Now, I got to train for like 6 months and then fight. I'm more than likely win.
Matter of fact, he just fought.
Yeah, that exhibition in like Tokyo or some shit.
Yeah, I don't even know where it was, but he just fought. I heard he was out of shape.
He did look kind of like thick, no harm.
And he won though. You said no harm.
Yeah. Yeah, like he looked like he didn't look like as cut. You know what I'm saying?
They said whoever he fought was young as hell. I don't know. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he went down kind of easy.
I be slipping on my boxing shit. I mean, Floyd is great at what he do. Like, don't get me wrong, but he is a picker and a chooser and shit. And they could be
shit. Why not?
I mean, but hey, if you the motherfucking king, that's your right. That's
gonna draw the money, man. If you fucking pulling in $100 million for a fight,
so it's almost like this shit ain't even about the sport. It's about the politics and about the checks.
Man, he got $9 million for doing the exhibition.
Yeah, I heard.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked dude out in like 2 minutes.
Shit, if you can go to work twice a year and make $9 million, you know what I'm saying?
Because he probably thinking like, but now he just seeing, man, that's about a celebrity and brand. Dog.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's more about he just playing them. He playing the media game almost like he don't give a fuck about the sport. He bigging up his brand and shit, getting them checks right. So shit, I pick and choose my fights too, as long as it's gonna make that bag bigger next time, that motherfucking purse.
All right, because you probably looking at Jay-Z like, hold up. Jay-Z and Puff, like, damn, they worth a billy.
Right.
I'm worth 700.
Right. I'm almost there.
I might as well keep going. Another 2-3 fights.
Is Jay-Z really worth a billy?
I thought they said he was on Forbes.
I don't know. I didn't even see that.
Them as a couple is worth a billy for sure.
You know what's funny? Oh no, they've been worth a billy then. But I was just saying him individually. But you know what's funny? This nigga probably been a billionaire a long time. Because I don't remember where he was. It might have been the Breakfast Club that one time he came up there.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody was asking him about money, and that nigga was just like, okay. Like, you think what you want to think. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think they was bringing up the Forbes, and it was almost like, is that accurate? And he was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is it accurate? And that's how I would be too. Nigga, it ain't none of your motherfucking business.
Ain't none of your
and how the fuck Forbes gonna tell me what I'm worth? That nigga probably been worth $1 billion. Is all the shit that this nigga been doing, I don't know.
You ain't lying.
And it's probably low key moves that niggas don't ever know about business. I mean, because a lot of times rappers be hiding their names from their business ventures.
This is true
because they don't want that. They don't want that stigma.
Right.
A lot of rappers own businesses you probably never know about, including in this motherfucking city we in. Because you like shit. I don't want niggas to be like, I don't want to fuck with that because some young high-headed rapper is owning this bitch. So nigga probably been a billionaire.
Right. Man, you know what's funny about attaching names to projects and shit?
What?
That Fire Festival shit.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. And it's funny because I had seen some headlines about that before and shit.
Me too, but it kind of just blew away. It like kind of just went away. I didn't see anything else about it.
Mm-hmm. Niggas out here scamming, dog.
Oh man.
Fuck wrong with niggas, dog.
That's why I'm like, Ja Rule is not a very smart man. I don't know if he was a part of this scam because I think he legitimately thought this was legit. So he
but
probably.
Did you hear the
Drink Champs?
Nah.
Oh.
The Jamaican dude
in that documentary.
Sad,
Which one did you watch? Hulu or Netflix? Because I watched both of them back to back.
I watched Hulu.
Yeah, I watched the Hulu first and then I watched the Netflix. They both was pretty similar, but it was both of them had stuff that the other didn't have. So I watched both.
But the Jamaican dude said that Ja Rule asked him, was he going to be ready? And he said, nah.
What?
I could have sworn that's what he said.
So that's an admission of guilt right there.
Now, I would have to go back and check. But I believe that that's what he said. So, yeah, but they knew that the shit wasn't going to be ready.
Right.
And dude was just pulling scams, selling tickets.
Damn.
Selling these type of tickets. Then getting that money and selling these.
Yeah, that's right. When they was doing the name of that card, I forget, the Magnesis. They was doing the Magnesis cards. They was selling on them promo tickets, like them discounted show tickets. Like, nigga, how you selling people tickets to the Met Gala? There's no such thing. Or you selling people tickets to like
scams.
You selling people tickets to like the Victoria's Secret fashion show. You can't buy tickets for that.
You just running scams.
Yeah, you lying to motherfuckers. They said he was selling tickets to Hamilton, the Broadway show, and he was like promising people all these seats and shit. And niggas was messaging him all the way up into the night of the show. Like, the show is about to be on in 3 hours. Where the fuck are our tickets? This nigga had to go and pass out the tickets in person because he had like scammed so much. He didn't really have these tickets. He's lying to motherfuckers like, all right, you bought these tickets, these your tickets and shit. But he didn't have the tickets.
Right.
So he had to scramble and go and buy the tickets off of like StubHub and shit like that. Or SeatGeek for like super astronomical prices, they were saying. And then he went down there the last minute and was passing out tickets hand to hand. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how do you just be lying to people like that? I just don't understand. I don't understand how people get away with this shit. And then I also don't understand like how you can consciously, how you could do this shit to people.
Dog, niggas be what they call them?
Like fucking pathological liars is what I call them.
Sociopath.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's conning motherfuckers.
But like I said, I don't remember hearing that line you heard. I don't know if that nigga Ja was like fuck it, we just gonna scam niggas and get this money. Or I don't know if he just saw this nigga, whatever his name was, and just was like, I'm gonna invest in this and try to get me a good payday. Cause he saw the app, the Fire app, where you could hire talent. And then he saw that they was throwing on the Fire Festival. And he just wanted to attach himself to it. As a matter of fact, I think he invested in those Magnesis cards first.
Nah, they was saying that he was just brought on as a face of the Magnesis. That's why they showed that clip where dude asked him about it. This nigga just said some shit about rap.
Right, yeah. He was like something about birth child and then you get hip hop. And then the lady was like, this is not hip hop though. These are credit cards. What are you talking about? And that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, Ja Rule's not very smart.
Yeah.
Like, he's not.
And the dude, I mean, and the girl had said that one of the chicks that worked for the company had said like, no, like he was an investor in Fry, but he was just brought on as a face you know, of the Magnesis just because he was rolling with Fry. That's why he just said that dumbass response, because he was really just sitting next to this nigga, you know what I'm saying? It looked like some shit.
Right.
But yeah, that shit is trash, dog.
He was trying to get his businessman on and just made a super stupid decision. I mean, I don't know, like, how do you not see all those red flags? I mean, I don't know. Hindsight is 20/20.
Right.
I don't know what they laid out in front of this nigga when they met, but it just seemed like that was a stupid investment to make from jump, especially with a nigga with this history.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
what I'm saying.
You was like, fuck it, we just gonna keep going anyway. Them niggas went down to the islands, shot a commercial.
Bruh, Ja Rule went down there multiple times with this motherfucker.
That's true.
What's the dude name?
I keep forgetting his name. I don't remember his name.
Nah, pull up this motherfucking name.
I didn't realize
Billy McFarland.
Yeah, I didn't realize how recent that was. Cause I thought when I was watching the doc, I'm like, must have been like 2012. That shit was like 2 years ago. It's like 2016. Like,
yeah, that shit was super recent. But look though, how you just gonna only charge him for that?
For what? Oh,
for the Fire Festival.
All that other shit he did.
Yeah. Why he didn't get charged with none of that shit?
How many years that nigga get?
6.
6 years, yeah.
6 years for conning 27, bitch.
27 million? $27 million out of people. They was like, all of those people down on the islands didn't get paid, who worked on that motherfucker for 4, 5, 6 months in a row. And it was like, niggas was working 19-hour days, 21-hour days. It was like they would leave, go to sleep for 3 hours and come back because they had to cram all that work in the... Like, they launched the fucking festival, I think, in October of like 2016 or 15. And the motherfucker was supposed to be up and going in April. My mans was like, planning something at this scale, you need like 18 months, like a year and a half to fully build and plan and get the infrastructure together. We talking about we need internet, we need plumbing for 6,000 people.
Right.
We need food.
We need shelter.
We need shelters, right.
Listen, these niggas was saying they didn't even have no rails. You could just fell off the fucking cliff.
Yeah, they was like, y'all didn't think we would need fences on the end of this bitch.
No, that just let you know, like, y'all wasn't for real trying to throw this bitch.
Right.
Because how was y'all gonna pay the artists?
They did pay the artists.
Did they?
Or no. Well, they didn't pay them, but they allocated money. And they said they was paying niggas like double their market value. That's why when they called Blink 182, and they was like, hell yeah, we'll do it. Because they offered them like double whatever they was getting per show. Like, I don't know what they get, but I would think a band of that magnitude is probably getting like 600,000 a show. You know what I'm saying?
It was just too good to be true.
Right.
We getting double the price?
Right. Right.
Double the price? So my thing is like, as Billy McFarland, nigga, how the fuck was you expecting to get this shit completed?
He wasn't.
Exactly.
All that nigga wanted to do, it seemed like, was just get shit good enough to where he could trick people, get down there, and they can be like none the wiser that this shit is not really what it was supposed to be. That's why. And then they almost did it. Because if it didn't rain that night, it probably would have been a little more, I don't know, like feasible, a little more acceptable when they got there, and then been like, well, this ain't what the fuck we thought it was going to be, but let's just party anyway.
Right.
That's what he was hoping. But then niggas pulled up and there was a bunch of FEMA tents.
Exactly.
Dawg, I literally was crying laughing. When they got to the part, I don't know if it was on the Netflix one, but I think it was on the Netflix documentary. They was talking about the bus driver pulled up and was telling them like, wait till y'all see this shit. And they was like, wait, what? The bus driver, because the bus driver is not a part of this. So he's just telling the truth. Like, they didn't pay this nigga off to be quiet. So he on the bus like, wait till y'all see this shit. Y'all gonna be mad than a motherfucker. And they was like, what? He like, yeah, this shit is not finished. This is not about to be no party. Y'all gonna be mad as hell. They pulled up and they just saw like this sea of white tents. It looked like a hurricane just happened.
Yeah.
And then niggas got off the bus and was crying and shit. I literally was on my couch dying laughing. Not because I wasn't laughing at them, but I was laughing because this gay guy who was a attendee, the way he was telling this story was just so fucking funny. Like, he was like, this shit is a disaster. Like, and niggas was spending tens of thousands of dollars to do this.
Tens of thousands.
You got to think. Say I'm from Cali.
Right.
And I want to go to the Fire Festival. I have to fly to Miami. Then I have to fly from Miami to the Bahamas. Then I have to pay for lodging. It's like a 2-weekend event.
Okay.
Niggas was buying villas. Remember, they was like, he was selling shit that they didn't even have. So he was putting on the site like $5,000 for this villa. Then there was something that was like,
he hiked the prices because he said that after a while the general admissions was getting so outrageous. He just said it was sold out. Then just start uploading high priced villas and shit.
Right, and then they had a package for $250,000, $250,000, and he was saying that it came with, you could stay on some yacht, and you could. It's like I think you had a house on the land. You could stay in some yacht, and you could meet celebrities or some shit. It was some like VIP package for $250,000, and they was like, we don't have none of this shit. So what he was hoping was selling a product before he got it, like, which a lot of companies do, you know, mind you, selling shit. They're basically getting the money up front to make these products. So I guess what he was thinking was, I'm about to basically fucking Ponzi scheme all these people out of their money, and then get the money, and then create all this fake shit that I'm selling.
Right.
But how do you think you about to build, I don't know, 100 villas in a month?
Like, maybe if a motherfucker actually had it, like, I don't know, decided on a better size of, you know, attendance.
Right.
Like, maybe that motherfucker was just too big. Like, you should have just kept it at a certain amount, charge a certain price. But the fact is, the motherfucker was just winging it.
Yes. The whole time, though. Just on the dream, nigga just had an idea. And this is why I be like, a lot of times when people get on their inspirational spiel about dream big and do whatever you can imagine and shit, like, no.
No, motherfucker.
No.
You can't scam niggas like that, dog. How can you scam millions and not feel guilty?
Right. I don't know, bro.
Motherfucker said that he had keys to all of the villas.
And they was in a box.
It was in a box, and the box got stole.
And then they asked him in this confessional type interview thing they doing for the documentary.
Yeah, because when he came in, he was like, it's very dark and ominous.
Yeah. They like, would you consider yourself a compulsive liar, or what do you say, pathological liar or something? He was like, no, tell me anything that I said that it wasn't the truth. And then he said something like, he just immediately responded like, okay, what about the keys to the house or something like that? And he was just like I don't have no response. Like, he just didn't say shit. Like, oh yeah, so you are a motherfucking pathological liar.
I can't incriminate myself. Ongoing proceedings.
Bro, how you lose 5,000 keys?
Bro, how do you only get 6 years for scamming $25 million?
I don't know, but apparently we in the wrong motherfucking business.
Duh, how is it that you can scam that much money?
Right, that seems like niggas can sell drugs and get life, but you can scam people out of their entire life savings and ruin. Like, so in the other documentary and on Netflix, there was a lady who owned a restaurant, which is what most of the party goers was. It was like the jumping off point of this party, because when they came onto the island, this was like the first thing they saw.
Right.
And my man was looking at it and was like, this is the greatest diversion of all time, because all these people are here and they're seeing this nice restaurant with this pier that goes out into the water. Everything's beautiful. And they don't realize that they about to get fucked. But they're enjoying this restaurant while they wait for their rooms and shit to become ready. Mm-hmm. Because they basically held them up, like, keep them there until we get shit a little more ready for them to come back. So they sitting there at this restaurant, they eating and talking and shit. And eventually niggas started getting restless, like, where's our shit at? And they end up letting them onto the island. But anyway, later on, the lady was like, she ended up, I don't know what she did. I think some of the workers was like complaining that they didn't get paid, and she ended up pulling her own money out the account, like $60,000. She's like, this is the majority of my life savings.
Wow.
To pay these people because they didn't pay them. And she's like, this shit really fucked my life up. And this stuff like that.
But you was willing to do that though.
Sort of oversight.
I wouldn't do that. But yeah.
I wouldn't do it either, but those are her people.
I digress. So go ahead.
She looking at it like, these my people, I guess. Like,
yeah,
niggas didn't get paid like they were supposed to, and now they just looking at me because you ran. Y'all don't live here. Y'all came here to set up.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
You came here to set up a festival and then fucked all of these people over that I have to see every day, and then got back on the plane and just went back to LA.
Right.
So now I'm stuck here with all these people who just sort of like, what the fuck are we gonna do? We just put in 6 months with no pay. We just did all this work.
Okay, so that was in
the Netflix one.
Okay, I didn't. Okay,
you gotta watch that shit too because it was like more, a little more information.
That's deep.
It is.
Okay, so the Islanders. So one of the island.
She pulled out her life savings to pay off her people. Some of the people who was working around this shit.
Yeah, okay, so, that's major right there. So, I thought you was talking about somebody that was working with Billy McFarland.
No. All of those people start turning on them too, though. Because them niggas was like...
It's crazy, though, how it's like y'all was helping them scam.
But they was keeping them in the dark. On some pimp shit. They like, don't ask questions. And then that's what the girl said. It might have been in the Netflix one, too. The girl, it was this, like, she was an Asian, I don't know if she was Japanese or Chinese or Korean or whatever, but she was like, they was sending out these emails like, come on, we're a family, basically don't share information with the FBI. And then she was like, we're not a family. Like, you haven't been telling us shit for the last year. Like, you've been keeping us in the dark about everything. Now we a family. So basically that was her way of basically saying, fuck you, I'm telling them whatever they need to know. Like,
right.
So, he was just keeping them employees in the dark, like.
But I just feel like
they did.
I mean, come on, man. Because if you're running a business, you're not stupid. Just like, you know what I'm saying, like y'all noticing all of this weird shit going on, or y'all noticing these weird emails, but y'all not saying shit.
Right.
But because he not saying shit, y'all not saying shit.
Right.
And so for him to come back and be like, shit, well, we a family, right?
See, a lot of dudes was saying stuff to him, but they was being basically silenced and ignored. Because, man, people was like, there was a lot of silence because this one lady was saying that she was overhearing meetings or sitting in meetings and hearing them talking about selling these villas that didn't exist. And all she said was she had a thought like, how are you selling stuff that doesn't exist? But she didn't necessarily say that. So, those who are silent are understood to consent. It's like, if you don't stand up to this shit, then you really are a part of it.
That's how I feel. Y'all working close. It's not no huge ass company.
Right.
Y'all niggas is just working in the same ass townhouse. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like these motherfuckers just kind of felt like, well, as long as we give up information about him, then we'll be all right.
Right.
Because
one dude was fighting him though. One dude was sending emails like, we cannot do this. And then it was like, after everything hit the fan, they emailed this guy and was telling him to clean it up, release a statement and tell him due to circumstances beyond our control. And he stopped him right there and was like, do not lie again. Because we've been lying to these people all this time and you're going to lie even after the fact. He was like, just tell them the fucking truth. And even before the shit hit the fan, he was like, I understand you don't want a big media blowback by canceling guests and telling them the show is off or whatever.
Right.
But he was like, it'll be much worse if you let these people show up to this island and be stranded. Niggas was stranded.
Oh, yeah.
You see how they broke that down? They was like, because they had a flight to the island, but they didn't schedule any charter flights back until the festival was over. Meaning that if you got there Friday, The festival was supposed to be 2-3 days. It's supposed to be 2 weekends actually. So if it's Saturday and Sunday, and you come that Friday, you're trapped until Sunday. You get there, you realize you don't have nowhere to stay. There's no food. Like niggas start fighting for supplies and shit, bro.
Nah, that shit was wild.
That's a crazy ass
6 years.
6 years, dog. To do all that to people.
They was like, some people thought it was funny because it was trust fund babies and shit. And like super wealthy people.
Yeah.
Who was able to just spend all that money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, But I mean, regardless, man, it's fucked up.
They said, oh man. So it was supposed to be a cashless event, and they had these RF reader bands that you're supposed to just scan on some machine to pay for everything.
Yeah,
they was
that
like,
was ill.
Niggas, yeah, it was ill, but he was like, niggas was loading these fucking wristbands up with $800,000 and leaving. I mean, you know, and going.
Yes.
And then the fucking event didn't happen.
So you just uploaded your money.
Where'd the money go?
Exactly.
Oh my God, bro. $800,000 though.
It said like they was typing up shit like you gotta spend, like it's recommended that you probably put at least $300 a day on a card.
Yeah. That was because that was just their way of getting money out of motherfuckers. But I don't know, dog. Fire Festival, anybody who haven't seen this shit, go to Netflix, go to Hulu, because there's literally 2 documentaries out. I think one was made by Fuck Jerry Media, which is also tied up in all this shit because they did all the social media promotions for this Fire Festival and the Fire app.
Right.
I think they made the Netflix one, and then Hulu. I think Hulu actually made the other one themselves or whatever. And Billy McFarland is in the Hulu one, like being interviewed, like in front of them.
So unfortunate.
Both of them bitches is real interesting. Anybody who haven't seen this shit, check it out. Ja Rule is not a very smart man, is what that's all I was thinking the entire time. Like, bro, all I see is you was just trying to find a way to take your money and invest it in something, and you chose something super stupid.
Man, it sound like he knew that a scam could happen, and he knew that if he put some bread in and helped them generate some steam, that they would flip his bread.
Why does that keep happening?
And he could walk away scot-free.
Right.
Which is essentially what he's doing.
Yeah. Because he's just been ducking it. That nigga, he was on the phone with one of them afterwards, like, we need to find, there's a lot of smart people in that room. Come on, y'all, we need to figure out how to clean this up. And then my man's in the room was like, essentially what y'all did was commit fraud. All right, we're going to pause it right there. My nigga Mercy here. Hold up. My nigga Mercy is in the building.
Yo.
What's good, man? What you gotta introduce yourself to the people. I kind of was, you know, like we said, we don't really know each other too well, so I kind of was gonna spend a few minutes like kind of like interviewing you and shit.
Oh, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Well, go ahead and introduce yourself for the people who may not know.
I'm terrible at introductions. See what I mean? Well, my stage name is Nobody's 100, but all my friends call me Mercy.
And that's a line. That was a bar. Ain't that a bar in one of your songs?
I got so many records. I can't remember. I don't even. It's crazy because like I'll do a show and like we come up with the set list, and it's like I gotta have a set list like 2 days ahead of time, so I can go back and be like, oh, all right, this was this record. But yeah, I'm Nobody's 100, man. Follow me on Instagram at Nobody's 100. That's Nobody's with no vowels, which means no O's. People don't know what vowels are.
That nigga paid attention in school.
You feel me?
Because I definitely was about to just spell it. NBDYS, bro.
Yeah, 100. So yeah, I do a lot of shit, man. Right now I'm trying to like figure out how to write like scripts and shit, because I want to make movies to the songs. Like I feel like I make soundtrack music.
He don't really know too much about you, but I kind of was telling him a little bit like, this nigga's pen game is crazy. I don't know. Are you allowed to say who you write for? I don't think
some people I am, some people I'm not.
Who you allowed to say?
See, I
don't want to throw nobody under the bus.
Just know I wrote for a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
But I mean the the name that people would know most around here would be like Lil Brittany. But it's not like she come in and I write everything she say.
Right.
Like she's really like
Lil Brittany out there in California.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Lil Brittany, a couple acts, man.
She's dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pen game crazy. And I don't even know who all you wrote for, but I just know your pen's crazy just from listening to your music. Like I have like regular listeners. I don't have a whole lot of listeners, but I have people who listen to this shit every week or every time I drop because it has not been weekly. But I talk about you enough to where niggas gonna know who you are already anyway. I even played your music a few times.
Appreciate it, man.
For sure, bro. And I ended up finding out about you on some fluke shit. Like, I don't even remember the girl name. I think her name was Charmaine.
Yeah, Sunny.
Yeah.
Sunny, yeah.
She was in the studio next to you, I'm guessing, over there in Southfield. And she heard your music, went over there and listened to your shit. And then she posted a video of it. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? She told me. I went and looked at your shit. And then I've been a fan ever since, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'm saying that humbly. And I'm saying that, you know, genuinely. Because niggas think because niggas live in the same city as you can't be fans. Yeah, like, right. I'm a fan. Like, I'm really a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really listen to your music just like you a real artist that's on. But anyway, Looters in the Riot, my nigga.
Looters in the Riot.
Looters in the Riot. Was that your first album?
It was my first, like, in studio album. Before that, I would be, like, recording at the crib in the basement type shit. Horrible quality. Just, you know what I'm saying, distortion all over the record type shit. Hey. But people would listen to it.
That's the sound too, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like...
It wasn't what you was looking for.
Yeah.
I know artists who intentionally... Like, I had a nigga recording on a $5,000 mic, do all this super good gear, and was like, make it sound worse. Because that's what niggas want. Like,
yeah.
Niggas still want that. They still want to sound like they're in the closet at their crib.
I work with... I do a lot of work with Heisenberg. It's like my main producer.
How you meet him?
It's a long. So what happened was, my little brother, he like a stylist. My little brother like everything. I don't know if you ever met him, Drew.
Drew, yeah.
He like everything. He just do everything. Whatever you looking for, he just do it. And it's not like he making this shit up. He's like, yeah, I could do it, and he just does it. So he knew. I don't really know how he met X, but I know he was managing an artist called Evan the Tour God. And, and Heisenberg produced for Evan. So I used to rap like a long time ago, but I stopped. You know, I just had a kid. You know, I was trying to like get into like that family life shit. So I was cool. You know what I'm saying? And my brother had been like, "Yo, I got the studio down the street. I just moved to Southfield too. I got the studio down the street. Come check it out, man. Come check it out. I got a producer. You want to hear you? You want to hear you?" And he told me this for like 2 months. So I'm like, "No, I'm straight. I'm straight. So then one day I ain't had shit to do. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Y'all allowed to cuss on this, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll go down here and check it out. And we went into what is now Collective. It used to be Nocturnal. And this shit used to be. It don't look like the way it looks now.
Yeah, it
didn't look like that.
Because I worked there then too.
Yeah.
I don't. It's the first time I went up there. Because I worked in there, and then before Prevail ended up going in there and flipping that bitch. I was in there for a few months then, and I don't know if I did a session in that bitch before then too, but I remember seeing it before they changed it.
It was.
Oh, that's how I had been in there. They used to rent out a lot of studios in that bitch to artists.
Yeah.
So
still do.
Oh, okay. So Randy had a room in there. She used to do her podcast out of, and I was on the podcast. Okay. And then my girl had a show on I don't know what you could call it, but also networks or whatever. Yeah. Like my girl had a show on there, so I ended up coming up there for that. And I know Travis had a room up there. A few artists had a room up there. And
that's when it was Nocturnal.
Yeah. I went up there and I'm like, this shit low key as hell. Because we was sitting in there waiting for Randy to show up, and we was sitting in the parking lot. I'm like, where the fuck is the studio at?
Wait, where is that? The one that's over there on like 10 Mile and
Southfield.
12 miles. Is it 12 miles? 12 miles Southfield.
Oh, 12 miles Southfield.
Yeah, 12 miles Southfield Road.
Yeah. It's shit, it's an actual studio, nice ass studio. That's where we was recording this at before when I was working up there.
I've been up there. Yeah. I didn't know that was Collective.
It is now.
Yeah, it went through like 3 name changes. It was Nocturnal, then it was the Recording Compound, and now it's Collective.
Collective, the original Collective, I think, is like shape. What is it? Coolidge and like 9 miles.
It was like the Star Factory. It used to be the Star Factory.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not over there no more.
He got. I think that's still there, but he just got.
That's the one that I was thinking about. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Collective too.
I recorded in there before too. Did a session with Rose Spit in there. But yeah, that nigga Prevail just basically spreading his wings, dog, and kind of just taking his brand and moving it, spreading it out. I guess. Definitely. I don't know. I guess him and Kev just met. Yeah, and
Kev is a good dude.
I don't really know Kev, but the few times I did meet him,
Who's Kev?
Kev is the owner of
Collective.
Yeah, I don't know if you.
Well, they like co-owners.
Co-owners, right? Yeah. So it was his studio at first, and I guess him and Prevail sort of just met and just was like, well, let's just do this shit together then.
They're doing a great job. Like,
take it up a notch.
Yeah, and they definitely doing it. Like it's crazy. Like when I first got there, we had acts. It would be like me, Detroit Che, Sam Austin, Mona Lisa, Dag, like just a lot of the underground rap.
She about to take off,
and it's still like
Mona Lisa.
Yeah, definitely.
She about to take off, bro.
Dag, he did some work with Izzy too.
Dag is Chavez DJ, and he produced for a bunch of niggas. Dag is cold,
and like it goes from like under. What I like about that building, one, is so low key. Like I think that's what you want in the studio, is to be low key, and now it's like high security, so it's like it's the greatest studio you could be at. You know what I'm saying? And then it went from that to you can be in the underground rap scene in the left wing of the joint, or you might bust a right and fucking be in there with Vezo, Cash Style. That like you never know who you bump into.
Yeah, that's where I ran into Vezo. He coming in.
Yeah,
I was in his favorite
cool
room
dude too.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. When I spoke to him, I just expect all these niggas to just be super, super aggressive and like, no, don't say shit to me type shit. But
just be image, man.
Yeah, because
the time niggas be cool,
right? Because they be putting their image off. But do you know one thing though? When I met Peasy, like he acted exactly how I thought he would act. I met Peasy, he kind of didn't want to talk. It was like he spoke to me and he was cool, but he just had this shield up, like, nigga, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
right. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I understand nigga shit. I'm like that too. But I met Vezo in there too. Ran into that nigga in the hallway. I'm like, happy you home, my nigga. He was like, shit, I appreciate it.
Is that how you got linked up with LaBrittany?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna come clean. I got hooked up with LaBrittany because somebody else didn't answer their phone, so they called me to the. They called me to the studio and
Who ain't answer their phone, man?
No, don't.
The niggas ain't answering their phone around this motherfucker,
nigga like that, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. He knows.
Do not disturb.
But he didn't answer his phone, so they called me or whatever. And I'm always the person like nobody knows in the room, but I always draw like motivation from that shit. So it's like that's the day we recorded Privacy, and it was me, Evan, and LaBrittany, and it was like I'm the one nobody knows. Like they having this conversation, like they talking. It's like I'm not even existing in this bitch. So it's like, all right, I gotta do some shit. Right. So Evan came up with the hook, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this verse, and it's people fucked with it. And then from that, she heard some of my shit. And what I like most about LaBrittany, like there's certain people you meet in this shit and you like they let you know it's real. Mm-hmm. But it's not even they let you know it's real. It's they can be themselves while the shit is real.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like I just did a record with A$AP Ant. Like that's a real dude. Like the people you do the records with and they still checking on you, like they just, you know what I'm saying? Like
hell, bro.
Yeah, and like she is really like genuine about her shit. And she also one of the people that like would tell me like, yo, you can't sit on your shit. Like you got a gift the world needs to hear. So I fuck with LaBrittany. So I'm gonna shout out LaBrittany one time.
That's what's
Shout out LaBrittany.
It'd be like 6 a.m. here. She hit me up from LA like, "What you got up? Just checking on you," type shit. So it's
I see her. Yeah, I see her doing her thing. Man. I do feel good to like when you see somebody who it's like you really watch them like, or you really like peep from afar, and it's like now she out in California. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to build her career.
Yeah, definitely.
It's inspiring.
Yeah, I think you remember how I feel about LaBrittany. I ain't gonna get too deep into that shit, but I was like, my nigga.
She cold.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know if I played this song on here, but I definitely played that For Ferrari shit. What does that mean, bro?
For Ferraris, that was just like, I wanted me and my homies to just be like, right, coming in sunset and for Ferraris, you know what I'm saying? Like the apocalypse, it's over. The sign of the apocalypse.
Oh,
it's
okay.
over. You know, like the
okay. So 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you down. That's dope shit. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, this shit hard. Hold up.
I run my game, have you heard this?
Wait, is this the
Gods are watching. You do it, they don't.
Wait, this you?
Yeah.
Is this what you played when we was at the other studio?
I don't remember. What other studio?
The one that was on Rosa Park.
No, I don't even think this was out there. When did shit come out? Like last year or 2 years ago?
This shit like 2 years old.
Yeah, so.
But you can play it anytime. You know what I'm saying?
I might have just seen your name or something on the gram or something. 'Cause I heard that name before.
He's on my album. Number 2. Listen, man. I'm trying so hard. Like, listen.
But I'm saying though, like I see your name like outside of you.
I get that a lot. I get like people always, but I'm always in the studio. Like I'm always in the studio. Like I'm probably gonna leave here and go to the studio.
You know what? Like,
so it's like I'm never out. So people like they see my name, but they don't know what face it's associated with. And then my friends call me Mercy. So they be like, yeah, I know this artist named Mercy. And then I meet them, I'm like, Nobody's 100. And they be like, oh, I've been listening to you this whole time. I didn't even know.
That's what's up.
Like, I've literally been sitting in a room where people have been talking about me and didn't know that I was sitting right there.
That's what I'm saying. So, I'm trying so hard not to be in this motherfucker kissing ass. But, bro, like, and then another thing about artists that I fuck with is, like mystery around the artist. It's very big. It's an underrated thing. Like, all this social media era, niggas be all up front and it destroys your image and you don't even realize that shit.
Yeah.
Because when I perceive you to be one way and then I meet you and you a fucking cornball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then that's the thing too, like, I don't really like you don't really need to watch me date. Like, my pop comes from an era where my pop told me Motown stories all the time. And like when he tell you the stories, he excited to tell you the stories, right? Because it was rare to catch that celebrity doing something. But now we like an Instagram age where
you see niggas doing
I just
everything.
watched Kylie Jenner eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So now niggas gonna form an opinion off of Kylie Jenner eating cinnamon. I can't fuck with her no more because I'm a Fruity Pebbles nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like people do that shit. It's like I don't even want to put myself in that because like I'm chill. Like,
it's too much.
I'd rather let the music do its thing.
That's real. That's deep though.
Yeah.
It is. Because I was about to say it leads to a deeper conversation. Like, all this human connection isn't necessarily a good thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we look at it like, oh, we in the age where you can basically get in touch with anybody and you can reach out and you can see all type of shit. Like you said, I can see a celebrity. You know, if this was 20 years ago and Kylie Jenner was just as famous as she is today as back 20 years ago, we would not know what this bitch was doing at all. Right. Ever, you know what I'm saying?
Ever.
But now we get to see her do anything, or even Rihanna's
overexposure, man.
And look at Jay-Z. This nigga don't even have no Instagram. And there's still a mystery around him. I feel like a lot of rappers from that day, from those days, from the 90s, even the early 2000s, a lot of them still got mystery around them because they don't fuck with social media like that.
Yeah.
Who want the camera on them like that? It's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's just you gotta find out what type of field you want to play in.
Yeah.
Man. But I feel you, like, cause I was thinking about, like, if your music is strong, then I don't gotta be showing my face on Instagram to get some attention all day. Like, my music is touching motherfuckers, like you said. I'm in the room, people don't even know it's me. and they
For real.
talking about my music.
And
That's
then it's
beautiful.
like, it's like, I'm trying to think how can I put this. It's like the music is what's supposed to be relatable. You're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to wake up with me, see my breakfast, and then that's how we connect. Like, damn, we both had an omelet this morning. I feel like mercy. Like, no, nigga, you supposed to play close calls and like, shit, I feel that shit.
Secretary, my nigga.
Secretary, yeah,
bro. So much music.
Luders, I was like, Luders was edgy breakup days. That's what that whole fucking album was about, for the most part. I don't think people really got it. But another thing to the Ferraris thing I wanted to say, it's like when you was like, I didn't get that. Like, for me, it's hard for me to make songs about nothing. Like, even if I say something simple, it has to mean something in it, right? So it's like, I like to make songs with like layers. So like, you listen to my record and you getting one thing out of it, but you don't know I was talking about something completely different for myself. So when I listen to it, the song never gets like trash to me. Like, the song always means something.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, it's just like we got away from that in music.
Yeah,
and it's like, cause I remember like when Soulja Boy came out and Ice-T was like, you know what I'm saying, you fucking up.
Fuck
hip-hop.
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, fuck Soulja
Eat a
Boy
dick.
and shit. It's like, yeah. I mean, it was funny, it was entertaining, but it was kind of fucked up though.
Yeah.
But it was like, damn, like in a way, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't want to listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was still listening. I was listening to American Gangster. That's what I was turning on. I wanted to hear that rap.
Same here.
Definitely.
And it's just like, it's just so, everything is about money now. So
Yeah,
it's about the party.
I had to like take it, like making this album, like in good company, is like the next album. Sorry to control.
No, you good.
But that's the next album I'm working on, and I had to like take a break from like making the album, because it was like I'm making music about something in an age where music is about nothing, and it's like a struggle, because now you feel like you're not good enough because you can't make a song about nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, am I as good as I think I am? Because I can't be stupid.
That's a fucked up measuring stick.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
And then I was like, fuck that shit, man. Somebody gonna feel this shit. So.
And that's the key right there, bro. Anybody, all artists, everybody can relate to what he just said. Like, it's almost like at some point you got to get to a place as an artist where you just be like, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna just make what I know how to make. Like, because there's nothing else. I don't know how to make nothing else. Even for the rapidy rap niggas.
Yeah.
Just keep doing that shit if that's all you know. I mean, don't be afraid to evolve if that's what naturally happens. But at the same time, you look at somebody like Royce, like, that nigga's not changing up. Like,
no.
he's not making vibe music. The nigga just rap because that's what he fucking like to do. So
True.
Keep doing that shit. Another question I have for you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The Ruler.
The Ruler. Which we talking about the trail track.
Can't get slicker than the Ruler.
Who
came up with this?
That was me. And let me tell you something about Trail is really my brother. Like, we not blood related, but that's my brother. And we got so many records, man. And like, with me and Trail, it's this like inner group competition, you know, because he on that wing and I'm on this wing. But we both, like, I'm better than you, right?
Right.
So, this record was like fun to make and shit, but I didn't want it to drop. Like, I got records, like, I hate For Ferraris, I hate Top Flow, and this is one of the records from. I don't hate it, but it's like,
really?
You tried to outshow me.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Spirit of competition.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Like, it wasn't even the verses or nothing that caught me on this song. It's the fucking pen game on that hook.
Yeah.
Why did you say that, dog? Like, who thought of? Like, you thought of that shit? Like, can't get slicker than the Ruler. You just was like, fuck it.
Like I said, I don't make songs about nothing, so it's like a bit of truth in every record, right? So shit, at the time, I'm dealing with females. Females get slick, but it's like I'm hip.
Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. You never heard this song before. Just listen to the hook, bro.
Which I do want to say, my verse on this bitch was cold. I just delivered it in a silly way. But if I would have been on like some bar shit,
the song cold.
Yeah.
This bitch is a chooser, I know her, but she can't get slicker than the Ruler. 8 chains on
Simple, but effective, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm fucking amazed by writers of all kinds.
Yeah. You know what? And that's so real right there, man. Like, just when we talk about empty bars.
Right.
If you give that bar a purpose, you can say a lot of shit in a few words.
That's right. Cause I'm sitting in the car, I'm riding up fucking Wyoming and over there on Finkel, Wyoming, I think, when I first heard this song. Riding around, and I'm just like, this nigga's not really saying nothing, but this fucking hook is so hard. Like, can't get slicker than the root. You said, what'd you say? Bitch is a chooser, I know her. She can't get slicker than the root. 8 chains on with my eye on you. I'm just amazed by writers, like, and why they say the things that they say. Even though, like, you know, even if you don't understand what they're saying, a lot of times shit just hit you anyway. So I'll be listening like, bro, why did he say that? Why do niggas say the things that they say? You know what I'm saying?
When you write, like, when you came up with that hook, right? I'm assuming the beat was already made.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you go into like a vision? Or is it more about the wordplay?
It's more so what I see when I hear that beat. It's kind of like, what is it, the Rorschach joint? And like they hold this up and like, what do you see?
Right.
That's what it is for me with the beat. So it's like, all right.
That's right.
I see niggas in the club. But it's not, I'm not necessarily making the club banger.
Right.
But that's just what I see. See.
That's how you picture people responding to that type of energy.
So it's like, all right. So now we got the vision. What are we gonna talk about? And insert words, play flip. Some shit just come in like 5 minutes. Like one of my favorite songs I ever did is Even, and I made Even in 5 minutes.
Even.
So, but some songs I work on for days. I'm not even on front. Like I come up with 2 verses, then I go home, listen to it. I'm like, no, this ain't it.
Right.
All right, go back. All right, I'm gonna change one verse. Damn, no, that verse harder than the first verse. All right, I'm gonna go. Like people don't know. Like, and this is another thing too. When you're an artist that really put work into your music, like you really like. I wouldn't say feel disrespected when the dumb shit make it. I shouldn't even say dumb, but when the simple shit make it, but it's like, damn, like, do I belong in this era? You know what I'm saying?
You and a whole bunch of other niggas. Man. Hey, what year was you born, bro?
88.
Oh, that's crazy.
Everybody in the room is 88, baby. Yeah. What day?
May 22nd, 1988. The GOAT was born. But yeah, so, but
when did you start fucking with the music?
And it's like crazy because like I was just talking to Trell about this the other day. Like I've been at this shit for like 15 years. Like if you really count it, like I've been at it since I was 15. So, and I used to be the wackest in the group. This is how it started. We had a group. I lived on 7 Mile in Wyoming, and we just moved over there. My next door neighbor, he used to have a microphone, but it wasn't a real mic. It was like one of them little square joints, and he used to plug it into, I think it was Mixcraft, because it was like that was the only free recording. You know what I'm saying? Niggas used to finesse that bitch, make songs. When the free trial ended, restart that shit.
Right.
So we used to rap on that, and I remember somebody coming back like, yo, when they get to your parts of the song, they either fast forward it or they laugh at it. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I thought I was, I knew I wasn't the strongest, but shit,
Yeah.
I thought my shit was solid. So no lie, I went back and I must listen to like The Blueprint, fucking, this is when Wayne was on his tear. And I just listened to them niggas, Fabulous, T.I. I listened to them niggas for like 2 days straight. Like literally nonstop listening to niggas rap for 2 days straight. And then I came back and I made 2 more songs, and then everybody fucked with me. And then I was like,
that's how you do it though.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, all right, so the trick is the hook. So niggas just want hooks. Because it'll literally be like kids, like we was all young, and like people like in our age group riding down the street on their bikes singing like the hooks to the songs. So like, all right, so that's where it is. So I gotta fucking finesse my hook game. So then after that, like 2 months, I lived with my grandma, but I used to record at my mom's. So I came, my little brother was there. He's like the only person that attested this. I made like an album in one day. I just went and made like 15 songs in one day. and I would just pass that around. Then I would like do freestyle videos on Facebook, and somebody saw that, invited me to record my mixtape there, and boom. But like that same person, his name Classic Unity, that same person, he like would give me shows. Like he used to have like this hookup with the Bullfrog, and they let him throw shows. And when he couldn't like get people for the shows, he like call me. But the only thing is, he'd be like, the show's on Friday. He calling me Friday morning like, yo, if you want this venue, invite some acts. You can have a show.
You got to drive to.
Yeah.
That's something that I lack.
But yeah, 15 years, man. I've been in this 15 years.
I just be making music because I like to make the shit, but when it comes to all that action, it's like, I was like, man, I don't want to.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying, like Drew is literally like my opposite. So I'm chill and I just want to focus on
I can tell, bro.
So Drew is like, boom, all right, I'm about to go play. Like Drew, when I did the Sway in the Morning shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you ain't know I was on Sway?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was on Sway in the Morning, but the radio interview, they got a whole little dump it or download it type shit. So we literally in the studio. I just did 10 hours at work. We literally in the studio, and he like, yo, you about to be on Sway, and that's the one thing about Drew. He don't tell you shit beforehand, like with me anyway. Like
that's your manager.
That's my brother and my manager.
Okay, dope.
But he like, it'll be Thursday. He be like, yo, you want to do this photo? He'll call you, wake you up. You want to do this photo shoot today? We only got today to do it. Like, fuck. All right, we doing the photo shoot. So we was recording, I don't know what song. We was recording for Ain't Good Company. I got to play y'all some of those records too. And he like, you gonna be on Sway in the morning. And I'm like, I'm pissed because I'm like, I'm not prepared for this shit. I'm tired as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So then they got the songs. He sent them 2 songs that I wasn't a fan of. And like, niggas don't listen to me when I tell them I don't like certain songs, right? So I'm like, fuck it. This gonna be my chance to show y'all that I know what people want to hear and what they don't want to hear. So we do Sway in the morning, and we only get to pick 2 songs. The first song is Top Flow. The second song is Close Calls. The first song, Top Flow, it got like split. Some people liked it, some people did. Close Call, clean sweep. Everybody fucked with it. You know what I'm saying? So you win the shit, straight 4 or 5, play you for like a week, put you on rotation. But I don't know the point I was getting to. But the Shade 4 or 5 shit was me like, I don't know. I forgot. I'm high.
It's all good.
I was thinking like I'm
we just in this
motherfucker.
You know
so you did grow up in the city, bro. What side?
West side. But all my homies is from the east side, which is weird.
Yeah. I grew up on the east for about 12 years and moved to the west. The Wyoming area the whole time?
I've been all over, man. I've been fucking 7 Mile, Wyoming, 7 Mile, Evergreen, fucking Plymouth. I lived everywhere, man. On the west side, I just been everywhere. Everywhere. We moved around a lot.
I originally was on the east on like 6th and Van Dyke, 6th and DeQuinder, which is almost the west side.
I fuck with the east side, man.
Then
I got good food. And the bitches on the east side got way fatter asses.
Oh, for real? That shit is like the south.
Man.
For sure.
There's booties everywhere on the east.
Then I moved into like Schoolcraft and Southfield area. Schoolcraft, like Greenfield area.
Okay.
So I only been a couple places on the west, like living, but the west side I would say is my stomach ground because that's where I grew up. Even though I lived on the east till I was like 12, 13, the west side is where I learned how to drive, where I went to high school, where I became a full-fledged adult and shit. So I always just be like, I'm really like a west side nigga.
Okay.
This nigga east side till he die.
Yeah, I'm from the east, 6 Mile and Gratiot area.
Right.
You know, yeah, man. You know what? When we was talking about like driving shit,
yeah,
like and actually getting your work out, like that's important.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's something I think we both lack. Like we always was just making and like drilling and like we were addicted to creating the music. Like we had to create every day.
Yeah.
Multiple times a day. Like
yeah, you got to.
But it's like you got to build relationships with it. Yeah. And it's like, you know, I'm from, you know what I'm saying, I'm just not meeting you, but it sounds like, you know what I'm saying, you got some relationships and shit, and it's like, I guess I got a question. Is like, how do you feel like people can build, you know what I'm saying, relationships in the music industry? Like, because some people have anxiety.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people not just really good with communicating with other motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what type of advice do you have?
I'm gonna come clean. Like me, I'm not gonna front. Like all the relationships I built, like I said, I never really leave the studio. My relationships are really built when I see somebody walking, or it's, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming out the studio, somebody going in. Right. Like I'm gonna say something. Like my whole thing is like, cause I deal with the whole anxiety thing.
Yeah.
So it's like my whole thing is, but if the moment is there, like I got a daughter, so and that really adds impact on every decision. So it's like if I see Dave E standing over there, I'm about to fucking go over there and try to find some way to link up. Now, I'm not the person that's gonna like be at the party shaking hands and shit. But my whole thing is if you really want it, when you get any kind of moment, you gotta take advantage of that. Whether it be fucking performing, shaking the right hand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing about me this year is I've been trying to get more social this year. And that's only because I was just sitting back watching CNN one day. And I was just seeing like how like the, you know, senators and all the lawmakers, you know, shake hands and shit like that. And I'm like, that's the campaign. So it's like
that's right.
Watching people gear up for campaigns. Like,
that's right.
That's literally all we doing. As an artist, no matter what you're doing, it's all about your campaign. And then when you get to a certain point, the campaign runs itself. So I've been watching other artists like run their campaigns. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't watch other artists. But
of course
I watched, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, so that's the campaign. That's the motto they running on right now. Okay. So,
yeah, man, it's definitely important to pay, you know, attention to people who came before you.
So I would definitely say my advice to people when it comes to networking. Get off the fucking like social networks. Definitely go to the parties. Cause like you can have like conversations with people on social media, like that works too, but like
ain't nothing like face to face.
Shit, if the show at a bar, you see somebody you trying to link up with, buy a drink, fucking take it over there. Yo, man, I fuck with the shit you doing. Whatever you gotta do to break the ice.
Right, good business. I remember one time I was in a club and shit, and this barber, female barber, approached me like, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want a drink? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, yeah. Boo, boo, boo. Drink, chopped it up. Boom, I cut hair. Take my card.
That's it.
Hit her up. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing is, don't be afraid to spend money. I'm not saying you gotta spend max amount of dollars on your shit, but like, especially if you want to be in control of your vision, you gotta spend your money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something that has to happen. Like, some producers gonna look out for you, but some producers not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like my whole thing is, all right, I'm gonna pay for this. But see, I got ultimate confidence in myself. So I know I'm gonna be there one day. I know I'm gonna be at that great stage one day. And I know when I get to that great stage, you gonna want me to look out for you. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta charge you that. But see, I'm at a different level now. So I gotta hit you with the ultimate tax. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like I don't forget, like, I'm not saying I run off negative energy, but I don't forget the slights. I remember the handout that helps. The people that help just as much as the people that, like, you know what I mean?
I asked you for a verse, you just showed up and did that shit and left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. A lot of niggas, I mean, we all in the city, like we all here, we all at home, but you'd be surprised, because I heard some astronomical numbers from some niggas that be like, nigga, I never pay you. You know what I'm saying? Because we should be doing this shit for the love for each other anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying?
It's like if I am reaching out to an artist and they hit me with a price, if they at a certain level, it's like I don't even pay because I think they deserve to be paid. I pay out of respect for their work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's what it really is. It's like if you hiring somebody to do some shit at your crib, you know what I'm saying, and they top notch, you're not gonna want to give them no bullshit, because then that's when the bullshit happens to the crib.
Right.
You know what I mean? And another thing is, some people you don't want to have favors owed to.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because it's like,
because you can kind of tell when it's some motive behind somebody.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm good on that feature, bro.
I'm straight. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and it just kind of goes to, you know, the whole like energy thing, like you said, vibing off the negative and probably like some people, you know, like they just omit that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess that's what like when I think about building relationships, it's like that fine line between like you said, you working with somebody and they actually hitting you up like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? You good? You know what I'm saying? Just hitting you up, just letting you know like, you got somebody over here. Just,
You know what? That's a very good point. Because I work with some niggas and I feel like I shouldn't have. Because it was like afterwards, niggas didn't even just check to see how the song was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like they did a verse and they got their little PayPal money and niggas was like, oh, you know, I don't give a fuck. And this is one of the people I'm talking about. It's like I done spent money with them multiple times, whether it was beats or verses. And it's like, I gave you all the information about this song. You didn't seem interested when I was hitting you up about the song. And then the song is done and you don't even reach out like to see what's good. You know, like you don't try to pass the song along to DJs and shit that you know, because this is a person who has connections. I'm talking about. I don't want to throw names out there because I don't want to be that nigga, but I was looking at that like never again, because I don't want niggas to be looking down at me like, you know what I'm saying, you just a little nigga, I did that for you, or you know what I'm saying, I'm just getting this money real quick. So it's almost like at this point it's like, fuck you, if it ain't love I don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? We even if I do have to pay, but if it's not love behind that shit, I don't want to work ever again, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's like that ATL culture though. Like how, you know, a lot of them, they just be in the studio getting money, where you might see 3-4 producers on one beat. You might see the track with 2-3 artists, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in there, they don't mind splitting up some publishing, like we getting some money. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's ways to get money, like you said, with it being love. We can just get it on the back end, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. And motherfuckers don't understand that concept.
I mean, that culture is slowly but surely coming. I think right now, as far as like the Detroit Main Street rap, that's seeping into their culture. Just, you know what I'm saying, as far as like,
you said the mainstream
like
street
as far
rap.
as, I mean, I should just say Detroit mainstream. PZ, Babyface Ray, to me that's Detroit mainstream, right? Because that's who they playing on the radio. So I think it's seeping into that culture.
It is, because they just did the Quick Part 2 with TheGxdsAreWatching. You know,
like it's seeping into that. Like people starting to get it. It's gonna take a minute.
Definitely, man.
It's just that we gotta get the PZs to start doing records with like the underground artists or backpack, or if that's what I don't even know what they call it. Right. But when we get that, it's gonna be crazy.
That's right.
But it's like I've been in the studio with both sides, right? And it's like everybody's excuses. Oh man, I ain't living that shit they talking about. Like, nigga, you live up the street from this nigga. Like there's something in common y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all.
It's just two people seeing two perspectives. It's just it.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, so that's so important. Like why? Like how was that hard for y'all to see that?
You know, but that's how I feel. When I see like I look at Super Kane as like the joining of those two types of cultures, right?
Okay.
Super Kane is like a backpack rapper because he be really rapping over like boom bap beats. But I feel like Super Kane's the type of nigga that can get on a song with anybody. So you would see him do a song with motherfucking Guilty Simpson and then turn around and do a song with, I don't know, any young nigga you could think of like in the city, I mean, like, and he does that. I feel like he straddles that line. Like, I don't know if I'm mistaken or not, but I feel like that nigga did a song with a Payroll or something like that. But I'm not sure. I don't know. But it's like, that type of shit is important. Like, we all should be able to make music together. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. I feel like a Stretch Money should be able to hop on a Young Nigga song or a Royce song or whatever. And that, like you said, it like creates opportunity. And it makes our music scene stronger in the long run and shit. Because we all just mix it and mingle it. I'm tired of niggas having cliques. You know what I'm saying?
People gonna hang with who they hang with.
I mean,
That's
true,
cool.
but
it's just like, man, it's about the money. Because I do remember seeing that interview. I think it was on Vlad TV, where PZ was saying, like, they was asking would he work with payroll. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Just because, like,
you must be talking about DJ Small's eyes.
Okay, yeah. And, you know, obviously they end up doing a record together, but it's frustrating, man, because it's like you be wanting to see your people break that mold. Like, because people get so much of people get a lot of shit from Detroit artists.
The shit that really hurt me, and it wasn't even like on some Detroit shit. The shit that really hurt me as like a fan of rap was when Gucci and Jeezy beefed. So I'm a fan of both.
Dog.
And I was like, they could have made so much money together.
I just was talking about that like 2 days ago.
They could have made so much money together.
I was like, do you know how great it would be to see them niggas come together even today and shake hands and be like, fuck all that? Because it really doesn't matter, bro. Like, in the grand scheme of things, whatever y'all beefing about does not matter.
Yeah.
Man,
you know, I mean, it was bloodshed. You know, nigga popped the nigga, killed him, but at the end of the day, it's like in the grand scheme of things, all that shit was like almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But because that's probably, you know, ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We kind of in the same lane. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Jeezy, I felt, was a little bit more on the commercial side of success. You know, and Gucci, you know.
He was the mixtape nigga while Jeezy was out here eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
doing
just,
what you doing on a commercial level.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, it's a competitive sport at the end of the day.
True.
But what I hate most about rap is its most influential moments are like niggas like hating each other. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like if you think about the Breakfast Club, they biggest interviews are like niggas hating each other. Ray J, Fabulous. That's the one that put them.
That's what took them right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just negative shit.
Even this Soulja Boy shit is like Drake. You know, like that's the motive. Soulja Boy spazzing on other niggas.
Light skinned nigga from the Jenners.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Birdman. You know, like it's no like.
Yeah.
Like I don't really like that's the one shit I don't, because it's like you go look and you fucking look at rock and roll or fucking any of them motherfuckers, and it's like YouTube ain't shooting shot. I mean, and they did have beef. YouTube did have beef with Coldplay, but it was like they not busting shots at each other.
Literally, it was a gunshot outside as he was saying that. We in the motherfucking hood right now. Yeah. But yeah, that's right, bro. That's right. It's like our culture thrive off negativity.
Niggas better tune into the podcast. Like, who is this self-righteous motherfucker? And then go listen to my album like he's not. That is not who was just talking.
Would you sign with a major?
No.
Independent, everything.
No. I mean, this is great. The machine, I'm not going to front like, damn, that would be great. I mean, you see niggas like Travis Scott take off with labels and shit. You like, oh, it could work. But.
Because
it's just that promotion scheme, that marketing. But you can do that shit. I don't know. I just can't do it.
I think more so than it harder to be marketing is paying for your touring.
Yeah. See, I'm just scared of debt. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
that is trash. Like, but
I
am
terrified of debt, and I don't want to take $1 million from you, and shit don't pan out.
Do it like J. Cole.
And I don't want to pay you $1 million back anyway.
Do it like J. Cole did it. That nigga took his advance and was like, "You can have all this shit back, because I'm gonna make all the beats myself. I'm gonna get, if I do get features, it's probably gonna be for the love, or I'm pay for that shit out of my pocket, and you can have your motherfucking advance back."
Yeah.
And that's some gangster shit to me. Yeah. Cause it's like all I need you for is that push, nigga. I don't need your money.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
why I say I think like a major cosign is just as big as a major record deal. You know what I'm saying? If you fucking, I meet Jay-Z today, fucking post a picture of it tomorrow.
Everybody clicking your name.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody clicking your
name. You know what I'm
name.
saying? So it's like you just need the cosign. You don't even need the major.
Well, actually, you know what? I ain't gonna do that nigga like that. Cause I know a nigga that posted a picture with Jay-Z and it did nothing.
I mean, it depends.
I mean, and it gotta be
it
like.
It depends on the context of the photo. Like, if it's like on some meet and greet shit, it might be like,
But it's just like, yo.
In a setting somewhere.
Or like if Jay-Z tweets, I just got done listening to Nobody's 100. That shit right there. I mean, just think about the Kylie Jenner shit. And they said they paid her $250,000 to make one post.
One post. And it worked. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the biggest influencer in the world.
Yeah.
Her.
Which is crazy.
Yes, it is.
They said that Soulja Boy gained 400K followers since
this shit.
He's been on his little press run.
That's power. And that's another thing I don't understand either.
What?
Just as way
it's
social
almost
media
like
work.
the R. Kelly shit just vanished.
Right.
Oh shit.
Niggas, that's what they said was gonna happen. Nigga be outraged for 3 days.
But we didn't even talk about that shit.
No, we didn't. Shit, what time is it? Shit, it's almost 2. Well, you'll be back next week, right?
Definitely.
All right, Sunday, bro.
On time. In the right location.
Oh yeah, that's what happened, man. My man's went because we used to record this podcast in Southfield. I got my own studio in the spot in Detroit now. We in the hood, like I said, but I'm trapping out of here now, so I can't really be nowhere else.
Yeah.
And he went up there thinking I was out there, man. Because I was thinking, I'm like, this nigga. Because I'm like, you didn't ask me for an address.
No. I'm like, yeah, we at Collector, we at home.
No.
I already know where we at.
And then I'm like,
shit, I'm about to fucking do this podcast, go straight into a record.
Right. Right. My bad, breaking your flow, man.
It's
but,
all good. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, glad y'all niggas came. Next week, you will be back. I hope so.
I'll be back.
And y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about? Because I had some shit. You said you wrote down some stuff, too.
I wrote down some shit, but... I ain't gonna front. I woke up late too. I'm like, fuck, I'm about to be late. You better think I'm on some bullshit. I left that bitch at the crib.
Because I had some stuff to talk about, but I done forgot it all. Did you see the fight?
I didn't. I didn't. I'm glad I didn't though.
Why?
Because it's like
you ain't want to watch. You knew he was gonna lose.
It's just at this point, it's just antics.
Is that what we were just talking about?
It's just antics.
That's what he said.
He ain't doing it to win no more.
Right.
Just done it, and it's just I don't know, man. It's like we are the culture, so it's like why be clowns for these niggas? You know,
that's what you was talking.
That's
about.
what I was saying, right? I'm like, just fight, nigga.
We the culture, like you know what I'm saying. Like I watch like the Showtime All Access shit, and it's just like the whole time it's just like, oh look at my Gucci belt. Like nigga, this nigga's about to trying to knock you the fuck out.
Did you see him cuss my mans out at the press conference?
Yeah, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, then he cussed my mans out in the ring in the post fight interview.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't really like this nigga Adrian Broner. Like,
it's just fucked up because he had so much potential, bro. Like, he could have been like that guy.
Floyd.
He's cold.
Yeah.
He could have been Floyd number 2, bro.
But that's why I say, like, man, this is just he know what he's doing is entertainment.
Yeah.
Just getting up there cursing him out, gang, nigga. Oh, that's all entertainment.
Hey, where's Javante Davis at? What his record looking like right now? Because I know Floyd was under. Didn't him and Floyd fall out?
I'm not sure. You never know. Floyd fall out with everybody. But I ain't gonna say one thing. I totally get why Floyd surrounds himself with nothing but women. Like it's just, I just think everybody. This is my PSA for this podcast. Every nigga should get them at least 2 just cool ass female friends, yo. Like
I'm not good at that.
I'm telling you, bro. It's just therapeutic.
Plus,
it's like niggas don't like to do shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like bitches like to do shit. And it's like if you got a female friend, you ain't always got to pay for her shit. It's like, come on, let's do this shit.
But hold up, look. I'm not good at that. Like, I agree. Because I like, it took me some years to grow up and learn that about myself. But, like, I like being around women better. I mean, duh.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just not good at keeping shit platonic, my nigga. Like, I just can't.
I mean, I'm horrible at myself.
It's interesting, dog, because it's like a fine line you got to walk. But I think it's like you just got to see the overall.
I feel like you was always good at that.
Yeah, I mean, but you
always gonna fuck up and fuck with at least one time.
You just was doing some snake shit and wasn't telling me or something.
It's like, no, I'm just saying, it's like you be nice and shit.
Yeah.
You just, cause it's like you would play to see how far.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
But if you know what I'm saying, if they'll take it there, then you'll go. But if not, then you.
That's
like,
why I be like, man, why even?
I'm telling, but it's just
but you know that's important though.
You just need that shit, and plus you just can't. Like, all right. You go to your female friend And this is probably why bitches. Anyway, you go to like your female friend, you're like, yo, I just got an old girl pregnant. She's like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? You know, sometimes you just need to hear, oh my God, what are you gonna do? And right. you go to one of your homies, you like, shit, nigga, either pay $500 to get rid of it or keep it, roll that blunt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, niggas don't give a fuck about what you're going through.
Sometimes a nigga just needs some energy.
Yin and yang, bro. You need both sides.
But you're right, man, because it's like, then you know when you got enough masculine energy, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be sitting around motherfuckers all day.
That's true too, yeah.
So I need to be sitting around.
But it's just hard.
Plus they just so good to look at, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just
you got a female friend, y'all hanging out, let's go to the concert tonight, and then she show up in some shit like, why the fuck?
Dog, you cannot have platonic friends.
That's why I just don't. I love women so much, and
me too.
All the women that I love know that, but it's so hard to be around y'all and not do something stupid, bro.
That's true.
I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass because
I feel like, but sometimes I feel like you gotta like explain that shit. Like, look, sometimes I'm gonna grab your booty. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that shit just gonna happen. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta fuck. I would like if we did.
Right.
But
if we didn't, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
Right. That's how I feel too. That's what the fuck we gotta do to wrap this shit up. Is y'all niggas pick a song? We call them filter picks here.
Okay.
You know it as a motherfucking sleeper. Did you pick a song? I mean, you ain't got a pre-pick, but it's just whatever you've been fucking with it, or if not, then nothing.
I've been loving the melodies on that Summer Walker.
Bro,
I think it's called
you heard that shit?
I think it's called Session 32.
See, I've been in album mode, so I've been like
ignoring shit.
Yeah.
Summer Walker is like like this is some of the best R&B I've ever heard in my life.
Wow. That's deep.
Away your love. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the best R&B I've ever heard in my life. And her music is like,
yeah, that shit cold.
Her album is literally like, what is it, like 8 songs?
That's not on her album, but I think it is something like that.
Her album like 8 songs or something, and that shit like a total of 15 minutes runtime.
Mm-hmm.
All the songs short as hell, like a minute and 30.
Songs.
12 songs?
Actually, you're getting her confused with Tierra Whack.
No, bro.
Yeah.
No, look at the runtime of her album. It's literally like 18 minutes. Because all the songs like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like a minute and 30. Like the song.
No, it's 28 minutes. You're thinking about Tierra Whack.
No, bro. Because I haven't heard her shit. I know who Whack is, but I haven't heard her album.
She be rapping and shit. She sing too. Sometimes.
She dope. She remind me of Missy. Not in her style, but have you seen her videos?
Yeah. Dope.
She remind me of Missy. Tierra Whack dope.
Yeah, like that.
Chicago be cranking out some of the coldest females, because what happened to Tink?
Still out there.
She got out her contract with Timbaland. She fell out with Tim.
I wonder why.
Because that nigga's like... I don't wonder why.
What?
Because he said it in the song, like, you work with me, I'm taking your fucking publishing. I'm controlling your career is mine. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of nigga he is.
Yeah.
Because he's a genius. So it's like, why would I give you everything? You know what I'm saying?
Because, you know, he not trying to get sham like, you know, Aaliyah. He's still not getting... That's all music he not getting paid off of.
He not getting paid off of Aaliyah?
Those 2 albums.
Why?
They're not on those streaming platforms.
Why?
1 in a Million and Aaliyah.
Why not?
Because if you ask me, I think it's because the uncle and Timbaland don't get along.
Right.
So they like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Y'all can only get to the first album, which is his boys R. Kelly production and writing.
Right.
That's crazy. I didn't know
fucked
that.
Up. So yeah.
But wait a second. I bought Aaliyah's album on iTunes.
The first one?
No, the one with I Miss You on it.
You know, you probably could still buy it somewhere. I don't know, but it ain't on no streaming services. I know that. I know that for sure.
I mean, I appreciate Aaliyah. I'm not the biggest Aaliyah enthusiast.
That's Detroit shit. You know?
I'm. It's fucked up because I do music, but I'm not really big on like everybody. It's like I have like 10 people where I can really.
Wow, hold up, dog. Let's talk about it.
I'm not saying that Aaliyah is trash. I'm just saying
he's not.
I've never that phase. It missed me. You know what I'm saying? Like
word.
Yeah. Like I pick shit up at Miseducation, Blueprint. Like that was my awakening.
The Blueprint, that was like, man, I mean,
but like that was like the album I was listening to. Like I wasn't listening.
So what? What was you picking up on there? So like, when did you get into hip hop? What year would you say? Like what the earliest age you remember, like consciously knowing, like this is hip hop and I love this shit.
And I'm listening to this. I want to listen to this.
I don't know. Whenever Blueprint dropped, Blueprint is when I knew I could rap.
That was September 11th.
That was 2001.
Yeah, that was when the towers fell.
Damn.
That was the day the album came out.
I remember
For Ferraris.
I remember motherfuckers arguing about the track list.
Right.
And what order the track. That's how deep shit used to be
This
back then.
This is how I used to listen to albums. There used to be this kid at my school named Justin, and he would like make you cassettes or whatever album you wanted. So I listened to the Blueprint on the cassette, or sometimes he like mixed the songs up. But like how I really got into like different genres is I went to Ferndale High School. There's a lot melting pot of cultures, whatever. And used to be this girl named Jessica. She's so fucking cold. And she used to make me albums, but she'd burn me like a Jay-Z CD, but then she'd like give me a Coldplay CD or a Linkin Park CD or whatever. And that's how I really got into like the different genres, like music. I was never the kid that was like searching for new albums.
So you weren't fucking
I searched
with
for beats more than I searched for.
You weren't
albums.
fucking with Volume 2 and Volume 3 and shit like that. It was
yeah.
Tupac.
You know what?
Biggie.
Hey,
Biggie was way more influential on me.
That's what I was saying a lot. Like I didn't care about
Pac
his.
was, I ain't gonna front, it was just mad aggressive for me as a kid.
That's what I said.
No, that's why I liked it. Tupac.
That's why you like DMX so much.
You like DMX was my shit, but you was in the Biggie back then more because I didn't understand it. Like when Juicy come on and niggas go crazy, like I still don't understand it to this day. It's a cold song, you know what I'm saying? I know that, but it just don't hit me like when motherfucking Shed So Many Tears come on, or I don't even care about Dear Mama that much, but say Ride on Our Enemies come on, nigga. That shit just hit me in a certain way, like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll connect it with Pac, and that's, you can tell the type of music I make today is like I make very I won't say I make music like Tupac or DMX, but the way that I rap is like reminiscent of that aggression. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what like vibrates with me. Biggie, I had to be older to understand that shit. I literally didn't hear Life After Death until I was like 19, 20.
Same. That's how I am with Nas. Like I didn't hear Nas.
I didn't hear Illmatic until I was like 19.
I was in my 20s. I was in my 20s when I listened to Nas.
So I was like, my brother was 6 years older. So he was like Bone, like when Bone Thugs was out, he was like getting the album, he was listening to. I remember being scared, like, what is this? What is they talking? You know what I'm saying? It's Mr. Weed and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I do remember, like, it's funny, like, we was talking about Jay-Z earlier, but I remember, like, seeing, you know, like, Jay-Z and Reasonable Doubt videos and shit, like, just not thinking nothing of this nigga. And it's like, then he blew up. Like, we was listening to, no, DMX done dropped to 99.
98.
Damn, we was in the 5th grade in 98?
I don't know what grade I was in 98.
I remember this motherfucker. This motherfucker wrote all the DMX lyrics in the note. I was like, damn.
God, we was in 5th grade. When Darkest Hell Is Hot came out, bro.
I remember that.
It was a rap.
Yeah,
it's still one of my favorite albums.
He was in movies. He was in movies, man. I just love how, like, man, people like X don't get enough credit, man. I think because of where he at in his life right now, unfortunately.
Which is trash.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want you to live with me. I just want you to know my music. Because if you would have went through that in private, he'd be different.
It'd be different.
Yeah.
It was hard to go through that in private, though, because them drugs was changing him visibly, like, you know what I'm saying? It was making his behaviors erratic and shit. Bro, how you steal the car from the airport? Why are you doing this shit? We gonna hear about it because that's a federal crime. Like, you can't fuck around the airport. But anyway, yeah, man, that was my shit.
Now do the shutdown.
Right. That's some bullshit too. Yeah. There's a lot of shit we definitely we bullshit all through this podcast, but it's cool. Yeah. Like I said, I I'm going to segue this into the end. And I ain't even gonna worry about the music because I don't have nothing off the top of the head either.
Yeah, I was gonna say play Soulja Boy Cranked Up.
Why did I listen to that shit? You see what it do though? They say R. Kelly sales spike, Soulja Boy sales spike.
They say it's no such thing as bad publicity, bro.
It ain't.
Except for good publicity. Do something good, your shit will not spike at all.
Right.
Right.
You ain't lying.
That's right. You put shit, I don't know, bro. R. Kelly was like, fuck it. I'm gonna just go to this birthday party anyway in Chicago.
Definitely.
And girls was like, kidnap me. What the fuck?
I seen the girl from City Girls, and it was a real tweet. At first I thought my man's photoshopped, but it was a real tweet. I want to say JT. Last year she tweeted, I want to get raped by R. Kelly.
What?
It's like, damn, so many bitches look up to you.
So look, I'm not even gonna lie. That kind of gives me hope in a way. And don't
interesting
before you judge me. So look, I feel like if R. Kelly can do all this and get away with that shit, like it kind of makes me feel as a person, like
as a black man, you can win in the judicial system.
Is that like I could do something and still have people's hearts and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I'm about to be statutory raping bitches, but I'm saying like there's hope for niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas can get away.
Like, how
just
much
take that lot of money.
Like, I don't know what it is about R. Kelly, but motherfuckers just don't care.
Bruh.
Did you see all 6 episodes
to the
of this?
world.
I seen it. No, I seen 4 of them, and I was like, I can't take.
No, but the worst shit is episode 5 and 6. Damn. 6 is when a woman is literally like trying to get her daughter back on camera. Like, she's at this hotel and she shows up, and the girl's opening the door like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "Come with me. Like, I haven't seen you in 2 years. Come home." She like, "I can't right now. Come back later. Come back at 6 o'clock." The mama come back at 6 o'clock. She like, the hotel manager pull her to the side like, "You gotta get out of here. They calling the police on you." She was like, "Your daughter called the police on you. Said that you're really not her mama." She goes outside. She calls her daughter again. Like, "You called the police on me?" She like, "No, I didn't call the police on you." She was like, "I know that wasn't you." So somebody like, these girls are in a fucking cult.
I don't believe that.
You can't escape. I don't know if you believe it or not, but I know what I saw. Bro.
I saw something else.
For the sake of my streams, I'm just gonna back out of this conversation.
And I appreciate that. Nah, but for real though.
Bro, I don't know what the fuck.
Hey, for real though, because motherfucker will take some shit out of context.
For real.
But
he said,
yeah. Nah, but I'm just saying, like,
shout out to Amanda Seals.
You like Amanda Seals?
Black women. I love Amanda Seals.
Amanda Seals, okay. I just feel like she'd be a little extra.
She's extreme
sometimes,
but I feel like if we accept extreme from the ratchets, we have to accept it from
the righteous.
Like, we accept whatever from Cardi. Cardi can go and say whatever. Nobody's like, that's too much.
She about to dog walk Tommy Loren.
Yeah, I saw
Lauren, or however you say that bitch name. She said, "Leave me alone, I'll dog walk you." Like, that's very humble.
Man, I do. Yeah, it is. You right.
But why you say you don't believe it? Before we wrap up,
don't believe what?
The R. Kelly shit.
Oh man, cuz nigga, come on, bruh. Like, they're not missing. They're not held against their will.
Here's my thing about the whole R. Kelly thing. It's two things. One, everybody in that documentary, besides the victims, some of the victims, I will say, are guilty, and everybody should be held at this. Everybody should look at those people the same way they look at R. Kelly. The assistants, the motherfucking guys who was just come, oh my God, it's a bed with 13-year-olds in here. What the fuck is going on?
I'm Sparkle. I'm singing a
so look,
R&B song. I want you to be my niece. Like,
you right, and this is why I agree. So I'm watching the documentary. I got to part 4, right? Like you said, you stopped at part 4. I got to part 4, and I'm like, at this point, I think part 4 got to like the late 2000s. Like, we go following the years. Like, they started in like 91, and by part 4, they probably like in the late 2000s of the second trial that he was facing in Miami for the 21 counts of child pornography. Part 5, they're like in 2011, 12. How the fuck? People are still like, I brought my daughter to him to do an audition. Yeah. He fucked my daughter. I'm like, how are y'all still bringing your daughters to this nigga?
And still letting him go with your daughters alone?
Alone. In 2012, bro.
Because
money.
Y'all want money.
The mama in the car was trying to get her daughter out the hotel.
And that's what I'm saying.
She was like, damn, money can buy anything.
Everybody's like, mute R. Kelly. Well, we gonna mute R. Kelly, but let's also put the other people on blast.
Man, everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't feel like they held against their will. I feel like, you know, they probably get a little money, they get their hair did, they get food, they fuck. I mean, these are girls of age.
And then my thing was,
as far as the cult,
I'm gonna get in so much trouble. My thing is, it's like the girls would say, like, when he did it the first time, it didn't feel right, and then you know he flew you back home. So then you got on the airplane a second time, and the third time, and the fourth time. If that was the standard, this is my thing. Like when you go in a relationship, you want to set a standard, right? Like this is how things are going to be done. Okay, so if that the first time was like that, did you think the second time was going to be romantic?
So look, that's exactly right. What I took from that was either a whole lot of women are weak-minded and gullible, or B, a whole lot of women are okay with this shit.
Yeah.
Because they keep going back or they don't leave. As a matter of fact, the woman in the part 5, when she was going to get her daughter from the hotel in LA and shit, and she was like, I haven't seen my daughter in 2 years. She left with her daughter packed her bags, snuck out, they got in the car and they escaped. At the end of the documentary, you know, they start like, where are they now? And they start telling you what happened after the documentary. They said the girl went back 3 days later.
Right. It's like, yeah, she went back and then but she went back home.
And then she went back home too, right?
But it's like, and then it's like, oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
It's like, damn, what was I about to say? It's like people make the excuse that fame, they wanted to be famous. So like people make it seem like they understand why the girls kept going back. But it's like, so do serial killers. So do we feel sorry for serial killers because they wanted to be famous? Like, don't get me wrong, like I've been close to like famous people and I know it's pretty great or whatever. Like you want what they got. But I'm not about to let nobody piss on me.
Yeah, some of that shit is disturbing, but I mean, I don't know, man. Unfortunately, dog, I feel like it just shows how influential we are as a culture that now is 2019 and it's like mute R. Kelly. These allegations have been going on since 91.
Yeah.
I didn't know, just real quick, that it went back to the motherfucking first album.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Bro,
I didn't know the shit aired on MTV. I thought like if you was black and you got in trouble and that shit aired on MTV, every white person in America saw it and therefore you were guilty.
That shit was around everywhere. I remember that shit was everywhere.
This nigga's album is called 12 Play.
It's fucked up because once you watch that shit and like you make the correlation to the songs, it's like those songs become the most sickest shit.
That's fucking me up.
Do you hear what I said? 12 Play, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like 12-year-old play.
Even the Chocolate Factory, bro. The Chocolate Factory.
That's what I said. I'm like, nigga, that's for children. Because I was watching a documentary and they was just kind of talk about his albums. The Chocolate Factory, 12 Play. Then he wrote Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
I don't want to hurt nobody.
So you already admitting you guilty.
My nigga, dog. Now that fucked me up, dog.
He wrote You Are Not Alone about a young chick he got pregnant that had the miscarriage or abortion or whatever.
For Mike.
And then gave that song to Michael Jackson.
Here, Mike, I got the perfect song for you.
And that's what somebody was like, you think like Mike was giving them tips?
Damn.
Man, listen, Michael Jackson has not been found guilty.
You gotta hide him. You gotta have him. You gotta have a special
They about to release a documentary about him too, but he dead.
Them.
I mean, I don't even know what
What
are we doing this for. But
yeah, it's just damn. It is sickening, dog. Like like how remedial the rhymes are.
Yeah.
You know his lyrics because
and that's one thing too. And speaking of Amanda Seales, she's like everybody called him a genius. Like I don't really know if he was a genius.
He is though. Like
who?
She like only thing
genius level of songs though. Like,
come on, bro. No, let's keep it real.
R. Kelly.
I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. Come on, man. Like I don't feel like you should discredit his music just because you feel like, I mean, we know what the fuck going on, but he is a genius with that melody. That's just what it is. With those harmonies, he's just up there with the top tier, and that's just what it is.
I was in the car listening to Tidal.
10 years from now, niggas gonna be listening to R. Kelly again.
No,
come on,
10 days from now.
Bro, he is the culture. He is the culture, and it's like I just feel like it is unfortunate. It's a very dark issue, dog. And I'm glad we kind of making light of it, but it's a dark issue, man. But we know that shit goes on.
Yeah, and that was my second thing. Like the biggest thing that needs to be taken away from it is how do we stop people like R. Kelly from continuing from this shit going forward?
You know what's fucked up?
Like, shout out to the hot and ready parents. You know what I'm saying? You know, the ones that every Friday and Saturday, y'all get the hot and ready. Y'all drop y'all kids off somewhere. Y'all not even looking and checking into the cribs or what's going on. So you gotta stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I tweeted it. It's like they can't be sacrificing your kids' innocence just to go to the club.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
The club ain't worth it.
That's deep.
Put their asses in their room, put on some fucking headphones, pour yourself a drink. Shit, wait till they go to sleep and do what you gotta do after that. You know what I'm saying? You know, call a little freak over, do your thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not, no. Like me, I would literally take my daughter to the studio. We in this bitch.
That's really
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
So it's like,
I'm the type of nigga I don't want my kids going nowhere. Like just real quick, like we had a conversation, like my son's mother and me. She's like, I want to send them to a what you call that shit? What you call them fucking schools? The schools for Montessori schools. Yeah. She want to send him to a Montessori. I'm like, but he won.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he can't talk.
Yeah, that was my whole thing too. Like, no, nobody stays with her until she can talk.
You right? Can't
and
nobody.
Now she can talk very fluently, and I'm still like, no.
Can't nobody see my son until he can talk, because if somebody do something to him, he doesn't even know how to vocalize it.
Right.
You might pick him up and you might see he's sad. Yeah. Or he might have forgotten, because the babies that age, just like they have the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah.
So like, my son can hit his head at 3 o'clock, and by 4 o'clock, he's like, I don't even remember what the fuck happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my son getting beat all day while I'm at the motherfucking, I'm wherever. It don't matter where I'm at.
Yeah.
He getting beat all day. Did y'all just see the video of the girl getting her hair pulled by the chick at the daycare?
I ain't want to watch it.
I ain't want to watch it either, but I was just scrolling and the shit just started playing. I'm like, shit, I can't turn away now. Yeah. The girl standing he's like, it was almost like she was out of it, the little girl. It's like she was out of it or something. Like, she just looked like something was wrong, and she was standing there, and it was like she was telling her, like, eat your food, standing up. The girl kept trying to lean down on the table. It was almost like she was exhausted or sleepy or something. Mm-hmm. And the girl was pulling her back up by her hair, her braids. Like she had micro braids or something. Pulling her up by her hair. And I'm like, bro, that couldn't be me, because I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Right.
I'll kill you today. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I never send my son somewhere where he's with somebody that I don't even know, and he can't even talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't even understand right from wrong.
Right.
So somebody touching him or somebody hitting him, he don't even know that shit is not right. So what the fuck do I look like sending my son somewhere for 8-9 hours a day with a motherfucking stranger? You know what I'm saying? So hell no. I damn near don't even want my son to go to kindergarten or first grade. You know what I'm saying? Just stay home, bro. Yeah. I want my kids to be homeschooled. I don't know if that'll be possible yet, but that's definitely on my motherfucking list. But you know, I just don't trust people. I've seen enough shit in my life to be like, no, I'm straight.
Yeah, man, my nephew is mixed, and he is one, and he does. You know, she goes to daycare, and my sister told me that they told her that, like, you know, I think he should cut his hair.
Wow,
'cause he got a fro.
Yeah,
I think you should cut his hair. Like, for what?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And just the fact that he got to be around that type of energy at that young age, ain't no telling.
He's already being judged.
Oh man, it's crazy. Like, I've seen, like, and this is just this goes back to parenting, but it's like insecure. If you're gonna have kids with somebody, you got to make sure that you're having kids with somebody that's like secure in they self, right? Because like I've seen like insecure people, like insecure women. Insecure that their hair doesn't grow right, so now they put weave in their baby's hair, and it's just like,
bro,
You gotta let the kids be kids, bro.
Oh my God.
That's another
Live
thing with
through
this
they
like
kids.
Instagram culture. It's
Oh, we gonna have some
so
great
trash.
motherfucking conversations in here, bro, because that's exactly how I feel.
It's so trash.
Don't put no motherfucking. If my daughter has a hair growing out of her scalp, leave her shit alone.
Yeah.
I had another conversation with my son's mother. She's like, let's cut his hair because she don't like the way it look. I'm like, he's a baby.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck about what people think about his hair. Leave his hair alone, and that's how you gonna fuck his hair up.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, you trying to tell me about hair care as a woman talking about a little boy, but I'm like, if you cut his hair at 1, you're going to fuck his hair up.
Yeah, you definitely fucking his hairline up.
So leave his shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Just let his hair grow into the whatever. I don't care.
My thing is, who cares?
Who cares? It's like it's growing a certain way, like because his hair grow higher on the top than it does on the sides. You know what I'm saying? So she like, let's cut it a little bit, you know, to make it look better. I'm like, better for who though? You know what I'm saying? Not to judge her or anything, not to down talk her, but that was just my argument as a parent. Like, but you know, look better for who? Like he's a little boy.
I get the whole, you know, my child's representation of me thing, but when I think about that, I think about it in the aspect of if we're talking about your child's appearance. Okay, well, is your child's stomach full? Are his clothes clean? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck about an afro at this point?
The main thing that I used to look at when I was in school, I used to go to school. So I went to school with hood niggas.
Yeah.
I went to school in the middle. We both went to school
And you
in
know,
the middle.
it's crazy because it's like chicks don't want like they babies that have like nappy froze or be looking wild, and then you see the nigga they with, and it's like.
We went to school with niggas from the King homes, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't want to judge that whole group of people, but
they had a reputation,
bro. They had a reputation. So they used to come to
Safe
school.
to
The
say.
main thing I used to see is niggas used to come to school with snotty noses. Ain't nobody cleaning your face when you wake up.
Yeah, crusty.
You got crusty eyes and your nose. Your lips dry.
Because niggas out here fending for themselves.
Your skin dry.
Yeah, mama ain't been home.
Ain't nobody clean your ears. I used to be looking at niggas' ears. That's one of my things. Like I'm real grossed out about ears. Like, so I used to be sitting in school like, ain't nobody cleaning your fucking ears. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your hair, fuck your clothes. Niggas got on Jordans, but niggas ain't getting their face washed when they wake up. That's what's important to me. Like my son don't be walking around with no snotty nose and shit. Like we clean them up,
bro. Because people equate money with love.
Yeah,
and so it's like, well, shit. If I go get my son these Jordans, I know he can be sitting in class and he got the Jordans on. He can feel good. But like you said, you ain't put no goddamn water on your face before you left the house, boy. You don't even know to do that.
You hungry with Jordans on?
Yeah, I went to school with a lot of that.
Jordans on. Or nigga, you coming to school like dog.
And
niggas really was coming to school to eat. I didn't know that.
I
didn't
know
that niggas really came to school to eat.
That's what I'm saying. My mom used to make me, even if it was something quick, make oatmeal real quick, whatever, warm me up a Pop-Tart. I'm eating on the way to school. We in the cab or we in the car, in our own car. I'm eating something. But then that's what I'm saying. We used to go to school with a lot of poor kids, and I used to empathize with that. But it was still fucked up to see every day. Like, you know, you come to school, you begging me for my shit, or you just look like you hungry, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what's most important to me. Fuck all that. Like, my son got a nappy fro. I got a nappy fro sitting right here talking through this mic. That's not really important to me
at all.
It's about morals.
It's about the morals and the shit you put in his head.
And if you think about it, niggas be hungry with Jordans on in elementary. They grow up, they become niggas that's hungry with Jordans on.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
We gonna have some good motherfucking conversations in here. Cause this is just, I didn't even know you thought this way.
Yeah.
So it's big relief. I don't meet a lot of people that think like me anyway. And that's something that I told you, like, I don't have a lot of friends because most people I just don't fucking relate to. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just on a thinking level. So I'm excited about next week and every week after that, my nigga. I appreciate you coming through, my nigga. Mercy. My nigga Joe.
Appreciate you having me.
We've been chopping it up for motherfucking 22 years at this point. Appreciate you coming through too.
No doubt.
The guys are watching. You are guys, we are guys. This is episode 9 in the motherfucking books. We ain't gonna play no music this time, but next week, bro. We like 2.5 hours in.
Didn't even feel like it.
All right. 1.
Yes, sir.